What's good, everybody? It's Free Smoke Saturday as usual, man. It's DSA above the rim, man. We back in the building. You already know what it is. Now it will be more of a shorter show today. It's a lot of crazy stuff that's been going on, in the country. So I know people might be a little bit busy out there, and things are going on, but we're gonna have some fun tonight, man. What's good, everybody? We ready to talk some basketball, talk some Pistons. Shout out to all of my Pistons fans. Make sure you guys like the video. We might have some more people joining us later on, but for now, me and Bravo gonna hold it down because y'all already know this is what we do. But all right, Bravo, man. What's good, bro?
Doing good, doing good. It's a nice Saturday. A lot of things happened this Saturday, but let's take it smooth and cruise for the Pistons and talk about a lot of things today. Hopefully, gonna be a shorter show, guys. So please hit the like button whenever you get the chance to, and subscribe to JMo's channel. We'd like to get more viewers in here.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, man. I'm about to shout out the people in the chat, man. We just gonna get this junk going. It was a beautiful Saturday in the weather. I'm sick of the weather, low key, because it messed up my sinuses. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Look, y'all. We got Detroit Drew in the building. He telling y'all to like the video, so y'all got to make sure y'all do that. What's good? We got King Lion in the building. We got Stephen Westbrook, Steven Ibarra in the building. We got True Teller in the building. We got Micah's Gaming Takeover in the building. What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? So, but we just gonna start the show. All right, man. So first off, we got my main man Troy Weaver. Now we've been wondering what's been going on with the Pistons because like LaMelo's been in our backyard hooping a lot. And like I said before, even before he played overseas last year, he still used to be in Detroit a lot. And they hear Jello is here, and every single person is been antsy and waiting like when are y'all gonna talk to this guy? So Troy Weaver is praising Melo. Love said he's in the backyard, giving a nice little window dressing, and the Pistons are now going to talk to LaMelo in the future. So, which I think it's good for us. Whatever. It's just something might be routine, but Bravo, what's your thoughts on Troy Weaver's comments on LaMelo and the fact that the Pistons will be meeting and talking with this guy that's been in our backyard? Him and Jello been in the backyard just hooping.
I like the comments, man. We need something positive from our Pistons, and we need something also positive from LeVar Ball. And I feel like we kind of like flirting with each other, the Pistons and LeVar. He never really talked bad about the Pistons, and we never talked bad about them. I think we like Melo, we like Jello, and I think the fact that having a starting by talking positive about these players, it will give us, I guess, a better chance in maybe like acquiring one of them. Maybe I think so. This is in my opinion how I look at it. Are we gonna get Melo? It's hard. I don't know because the draft is like we need to trade in order to get a guy like Melo. But I'm up all for it. If Troy Weaver thinks Melo is the guy, I'm all for it. I'm absolutely gonna go trade for him. I think he is the best point guard in the draft, and I think he's got a lot of potentials. The guy is a lead passer in the game. 6'8". What else do you want from a point guard to draft out of this 2020? No, nothing else. This is the best player I think we can get, and I'm really high on Melo, and the fact that he's probably like could be available for us to trade for. I think it's a decent chance we can do it.
Truth teller, I know you in the chat. Bravo said it. He's a 6'8" point guard. What more do you want? Because there's some people that they swear up and down Melo is not gonna be good, and I just don't know what's wrong with their psyches, But we gonna break that down in a minute. We got E-Dog in the building. What's good? Joey Kappa's in the building. What's good, y'all? Make sure you guys like the video. We got Pistons Talk in the building. What's good, everybody? But all right, so Troy Weaver, it's about damn time, Troy. Like we've been like like I don't know how you guys haven't even like had somebody that's not even affiliated with the Pistons and they come try to talk to Melo or something. Just be like, hey, I need you to do me a favor real quick. Just go talk to Melo and see what he's doing. This is something he's been here. He's been hooping. He's been doing everything. And Jello has been here. And the LeVar aspect does matter a bit because LeVar knows that LaMelo will succeed here And it's interesting you say you would trade up for him, just like forget it. Hey, you know what I said? I would trade up for him too, but we're gonna get to those type of discussions. We got Shay Parks in the building. How you doing? How you doing? James Thornton, what's good, everybody? Make sure you drop a comment in the chat, everybody. But when I'm looking at the Pistons meeting with him, I think they need to take this very, very serious. Like more serious than any other meeting y'all ever had. You need to even woo him in a meeting where you're trying to get information. I don't know how the meeting's gonna go, but you need to woo this guy and just have him feel comfortable about the situation. You know, get into his mind like, you know, we could trade up to get you, but are you invested? Do you really want to be here? That's a lot of things. You know, like I said, it's a little bit window dressing. He's gonna meet with a lot of teams, but the Pistons need to make the most of that. And I'm glad that they finally trying, you know, acting like he's there, you know, and not ignoring the fact that him and his brother and Lonzo have been hooping here for a minute. So in the pandemic, they hooping here and not at home. So let's see. Right. He said, all right, Bravo. Responded. He said, Melo, I said, first of all, I said Melo wasn't going to be good. What I said was he has major flaws in his game that guys like to overlook. He don't have major flaws, bro. But
Dude,
go ahead, Bravo.
every player has major flaws in this game, and especially talking about the draft. Every player, you think they're going to be really good, and sometimes they turn out to be a bust. Like some players, they have like good flows and major flows. The fact that Melo is an elite passer, 6'8", and he can do what he can do, what we saw in New Zealand, I think he's going to be an excellent fit for Pistons if we draft him. And that's not a major flaw by any means. He's going to shine actually in Detroit. We're going to give him the keys for the franchise. Trust me. And if he comes here, he's going to be the man of the Pistons. He's going to be the new Andre Drummond like leader for the Pistons. He might be all-star in the next few years if you draft him. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man. I think Melo has flaws, but I don't know. It's not like major flaws. Like I don't think it's one thing that he's like horrible at. You know what I'm saying? It's things that he has to work on, but it's nothing that me like he's terrible at. And like y'all people in these percentages, man. Like y'all get on my nerves with this. Y'all put up a percentage and be like, well, he shot 25% from three, so he just can't shoot it. He's garbage shooting. Y'all sound stupid. Luka Doncic couldn't shoot a lick. You know, no one cares. At the end of the day, the NBA is a different game and it's a different league. And Melo has all the abilities and tools. His worst abilities is defense and defense? Like, come on. You know, everybody thought Lonzo wasn't going to be a good defender in the NBA. So we'll see what Lamelo, like the man's 6'8". So he's going to be better than Reggie Jackson. Like, I don't want to hear no fucking Pistons fan talking to me about no damn Lamelo defense when we done had Reggie fucking Jackson at point guard. Got Derrick Rose at point guard. Can't play a lick of D. Before that, Brandon Jennings. Don't play defense. Every point guard we had since Chauncey Billups, damn near, don't play no defense. So I don't want to hear about a 6'8" guard and you worried about him on defense. Come on, he's 6'8", bro. Trae Young is the worst defender in the league. Do you think Atlanta Hawks fans care about that? No, they don't. So let's be honest with this. The Melo is only 19 years old. He has a lot to improve on. This draft is a bunch of project players. There's no LeBron James in this draft. It's a bunch of players that have to develop. But his pros definitely outweigh the cons, man. A 6'8" point guard that can dribble and shoot, and he's trying to tell me LaMelo wasn't a good finisher. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Like LaMelo layup package is great. I just don't be understanding what some of these people be saying. That boy is gonna be special. Like it don't matter what flaws he had, he is going to be special. There's nothing that's going. The man is a 6'8" point guard. Like what are we talking about? But all right, man, we're gonna move on to the next topic.
Just to comment about the peoples who really not a fan of Melo. I can understand why they think about it because he's not a good defender. I can see that. He is not a great shooter so far. I can see that too. But look at him. He's an elite passer. You're not gonna get elite passer and a level of like he is probably one of the best passers in the game in the NBA. He's gonna be one of those really good. Trust me. This is you cannot go wrong with elite passing. Second, he's a good rebounder. He's a really good rebounder for his length. And if you really ask him to rebound the ball, he's going to help contributing and rebounding. His defense, he can work on that. And his shootings, I think he can improve. So there's a lot of things I can see why you're thinking about New Zealand. But There's a reason why Melo isn't the top 4 or top 5 players in this draft. He got talent, and you can't just pass on talents like easy like that. And I think he is going to be a good fit for us if we draft him, but he might not be a good fit for the Golden State Warriors. He's not going to be a great fit like for teams like maybe Minnesota, but he's going to be a good fit in Detroit because you know he's going to play well. We're going to give him the keys, and he's going to be like one of the best players in our team. Trust me. That's how I feel about it. You don't really pass on a guy like Melo. He's got potentials. That's why you got to have to take a risk. And look, let's face it. Our team has been struggling. We need a guy with the boom bust potential. Let's call it that way. We need someone like that. We got to take on a guy and with high potentials. That's we had to do it.
We got 22 people in the chat. Make sure you guys throw me a shout out in the chat. We got Rich in the building. What's good, man? Look, as you guys know, it's Free Smoke Saturday, so we gonna turn it up today because, and I wish y'all would just come on here so I could eviscerate y'all on camera and just poke holes in your arguments, but we got to do it this way, so it's cool because everybody is welcome. Let's start here. B-Ball Grashit tried to convince me that Trae Young when he shot 32% from the field, he was a good shooter because he shot a lot of threes. I told him his rookie season, Trae Young was a terrible defender and couldn't shoot because whenever the Melo haters say, he's not going to be able to play defense, he can't shoot. Trae Young couldn't play defense, can't shoot. Ja Morant can't play defense and can't shoot the basketball. But what can they do? They can pass the damn basketball. They have great dribbling abilities, and they can finish at the rim and get to the free throw line. That's all things that LaMelo can do. And he's 6'8". That's different. There's not players like that. So when you try to tell me that Trae Young shooting 32% was good, we not having a conversation because that's just delusional right there. So all right, let's move on next. He says LaMelo's in the top 3 because of hype. No, LaMelo's in the top 3 because who's better than this guy? Who? Anthony Edwards? That's one guy. Who in the draft is better than LaMelo? How is he not top 3?
Who's the best passer?
Sounding crazy with this dumb shit to me, bro.
There's no better passers than
Come on. This man is a 6'8" point guard with handles. What are you like? I don't understand what you guys see when it comes to analyzing the game of basketball. Y'all don't see what I see. That's why I'm always right. Y'all tried to tell me before Trae Young came into the league that he wasn't going to be good. I looked at y'all stupid and said, Trae Young can pass the basketball, so he going to be special. That's literally what I said, and it's on my channel right now. Y'all not looking when you can pass the ball as a point guard and you have other abilities. It advances these players, man. Say whatever you want about Lonzo, but he's going to be in the league a long time because he can pass the ball. That's going to always keep him relevant. And when you can still be able to score, because Melo can score better than Zoe at 18 years old. So you got it. It's just crazy to me. Killian Hayes too, man. People tell me Killian Hayes not going to be good. I just look at them. People told me he wasn't good in the pick and roll. What is wrong with y'all? It don't make sense. Come on. I love Killian Hayes, man. I don't think he's better than LaMelo. Killian Hayes is like a 6'5" version of LaMelo. Melo's 6'8", dog. He can do everything Killian can do. So it is what it is, man. Let's see. Why is James Wiseman in the top 3 when he only played 3 games in college? Because James Wiseman, he's a special talent too, man.
Because he's specimen. That's why. I mean, you can't deny a 7'1" player like him, so athlete. You can't. That's why he's in the top 5 or top 3.
All right. Make sure you guys like the video. Sean Down Sports says you could argue Melo is a top 2 shot creator in his draft, along with being the best playmaker by far. I would say Killian is real close to him in playmaking, but I agree with everything you just said. And Joey, see, this is why, Joey. You ever heard of Michael Carter Williams? Tall point guard don't automatically make him good. I will give you that he is as good or a little better than Killian Hayes. He is a little bit better than Killian Hayes. Michael Carter Williams, what the hell are you talking about? Can he pass the ball? Bravo?
Dude, he's one of the worst players in the
NBA. Like Michael Carter Williams don't have the passing abilities that we're talking about.
He's talking about MCW that he's playing right now for Orlando Magic.
He never had the passing abilities. That like you gotta have special skills in the NBA when you're really like some of these players. And when you can pass the ball and create, like Melo coming here, especially our team, or if he goes to like the Knicks, those teams, he's going to elevate those teams. You know, RJ Barrett and Kevin Knox and Mitchell Robinson are going to get easier shots now. But all right, man, let's move on to the next topic. All right, so with the NBA draft, I think it's 11 days away. Do you
Yeah.
think the Pistons will trade up for Lamelo Ball? Since we on the topic, I was
Uh,
saying Lamelo was 6'8", but he's a 6'8" point guard with vision. There's no only point guard that compares to Lamelo is literally his brother or Ben Simmons. There's no other people in the
yeah.
world. In the world, what Luca? There's four guys in the world, bro, that are 6'6", 6'8" point guards that's gonna be in the that's 6'6" or taller point guards. You know, it is rare, and they all got vision, all of them, special vision. That's not normal, you know. Go ahead, Bravo.
So what was the question?
What do you think? Do you think the Pistons would trade up for him? Because
That's a
the
tough
draft is
question.
right. It's right around the corner now.
So that's a really tough question because we heard a lot of rumors about us trading down, and we're hearing fresh rumors about possibly trading up,
Ah,
maybe getting rid of Blake Griffin in order to get Melo. I don't know what really on Troy Weaver's mind. Really, I have no idea what they're going to do so far. Are they going to trade down? My expectations, they're going to draft a 7, but I mean, I cannot say they're not going to completely ignore the possibility of like trading up. They could actually trade up, but it all depends on which team we're trading with. Are we trading with Minnesota? Are we trading with Golden State? Are we trading with like Bulls or Charlotte? I don't know really which team. So, and it depends on the asset they're asking. So, I think the best probably trade partners for us is Golden State Warriors because they would like stars, and if you give them Blake, they might take it. They might really consider it. And I think I'm I hate to say Blake leaving, but hey, it might be a solution because we get rid of his contract, and at the same time we got Melo. That's what we're gonna do. So might be that's the best way. But is it gonna happen? I doubt it. I think we're gonna stay at 7 or draft or trade down likely. If Killian Hayes is gone, off
I don't
seasons,
think we
if
not trading now.
if
I
Killian
don't think
Hayes
it's
is
happening.
gone, I do see Troy Weaver taking a swing on multiple draft picks.
I see him still taking Cole Anthony. That's what I see him doing.
That would be
I
nice.
see him still taking Cole Anthony. If passing is the best attribute, why Ricky Rubio would be a top? Ricky Rubio don't have the athleticism. Ricky Rubio don't have the craftiness, and Ricky Rubio ain't six
He's
six.
not even explosive. This guy could.
Like, what are we talking about? Y'all see every person that y'all try to bring up, they don't compare to LaMelo, Lonzo, Ben Simmons, and Luca. Because those to me, they're in the same class when I come to what I'm talking about. 6'6" or tall with special vision. They don't exist, bro. LeBron would be the only other guy. Like, these players are rare. And Ricky Rubio ain't that, bro. No, nowhere near. Nowhere near, man. Nowhere near. Now, should we trade up for Melo? Hell yes. But do I think it's gonna happen? No, I'm being honest. It's not gonna happen. It's a bunch of wishful thinking. But I do think if he falls somehow out of the top 3, and the I've heard the Bulls really, really want him, and I don't like the
Yeah.
sound of that at all. I've been hearing that a lot lately, and I'm like, man, I really didn't think they wanted LaMelo, and so it'd be hard to get the Bulls to let us take LaMelo instead of them. So I think if Troy Weaver, we'll see what happens with this meeting or whatever. But if Troy Weaver really wants his guy, I feel like you should go get your guy if he wants your guy. I've always said this. Next year draft is going to be extremely good, so we'll see where we're at. But when we gonna make a power move for a top 3 type of draft type of talent, because that's what we need. Next year, whoever we draft ain't gonna be a top 5 talent. And if you really want to go get Melo, you go get him. But you know how I am on Killian Hayes, the French connection with Sekou. I'm all for that. I don't
Yeah.
have any problems with that. It works. It like Melo and Killian both fit perfectly to me. So it is what it is. Um, Let me look at some of the comments. We got 27 people in the chat. Make sure you guys like the video. It's Free Smoke Saturday, so be prepared, man. We out here, y'all. We out here. He says Cole Anthony. Why? I like Cole Anthony. I think he has very good explosiveness. I think he might be the most athletic point guard in this draft. Him and RJ Hampton. even though RJ is more of a combo, like Cole Anthony has good athleticism. He can score. I don't like his low efficiency, but to me, that's because of he was injured the entire year on a terrible team. And like I said with Cole Anthony, he has so many skills that if he goes to the right coaching situation, he can become great. Like if Cole Anthony went to like the Spurs or the Toronto Raptors or something like that, you would be like, oh, he gonna be all right. So but if he goes to like the New York Knicks, you'd be like, I don't know. And I just feel like with us and with our team, he could be able to succeed. You know, he has all of the skills as these other guys. It's just he doesn't pass the ball as well as these guys, and that's something that he has to work on. But I like Cole Anthony's scoring ability and his athleticism. I like the dog in him. I think he's going to be a good basketball player.
Yeah. Cole Anthony is projected like before this whole pandemic started, like before the like beginning of the at the end of beginning of the end of last season or something like that. He was projected top 5 in this draft. He was really a good player, but he got injured and he went to a wrong team, I think. So
Who are you
I
talking
think
about?
Cole Anthony. I think he's got like all-star potential if he really clicks. If this guy clicks, Cole Anthony might be the all-star of this, or one of the best players in the draft. But it all depends on the fit. It all depends on how he does because he's got like boom bust potentials. I'm not gonna say bust potential. He's got boom potentials. Period. Either gonna be an average player or he's gonna be a boom player. You'll see this.
Yeah, Cole Anthony is a guy that as long as he's healthy, he's not gonna be like Cole Anthony. His floor is like being a 16 point per game Will Barton type of player. You know what I'm saying? Just being a mercenary scorer that's gonna give you 16, 17. Jordan Clarkson. That's his floor. Because the man, he can score the ball, and I don't think that's gonna change when he gets to the NBA. I don't really think it's gonna change. I'm not saying he's scoring the same clip, but he can score the ball. So he'll always be able to do that. But I think he could be a really great player. You just gotta. I feel y'all know I talk about Russell Westbrook a lot, but when Russ came in, he didn't have the passing vision he has now. You know what I'm saying? To average 10 assists a game, like he had to learn that. Russ wasn't really a passer like that coming out. He was more of a point guard playing a shooting guard playing point guard, and he turned into a point guard. But he was a scorer though coming out of college. I mean, he was explosive though coming
Yeah.
out of college, and that's where I'm looking at Cole Anthony. I see that scoring ability. I see
Yeah.
that explosiveness. If I can mold you into a better playmaker, then we can talk about building around you and doing something. TGM Games got the comment of the day. I don't know what you're talking about with his Melo's team. Detroit is actually a Monty Bates team. Yeah, I'm sorry, Bravo, but when we get a Monty Bates, he getting the keys.
Dude, let's wait before we talk about Imani Bates. We don't know what happened next year.
Hey, man, when we get a Monty Bates, we getting the keys. Make sure you guys like the video. All right, so we gonna move on to the next topic, man. Let's go, my boy. Say cool in this boy. Say cool. I keep telling y'all, this dude is gonna be so good, and I'm so excited about it, man. Watching him and Lonzo in the offseason ball out, I'm like, they doing everything they need to do to be successful. This boy is going against KD. This boy is going against. They had a lot of NBA players in the run that they actually. And Sekou was training with Kevin Durant, talking about he's stronger than him. I'm like, he called KD strong. That's hilarious. But you know, KD is way stronger than he was when he was at Sekou's age. And I love how Kevin Durant mentors these archetype players that are similar to him. He, you know, like he didn't really spend much time with Brandon Ingram, but he always showed Brandon Ingram respect. You know, even when Ingram was in the third year, second year. And you know, Sekou is a person that we did give some of those comparisons because we saw that smooth jumper coming out, and I still think it can be just as smooth. He just has to get the opportunity. But we want Sekou to have that KD type of game, man. And I just love to see him training with KD. And so do you know who is his the company and his agency that he's with? Because they're connected to a lot of the NBA players.
Yeah, it's a French connection. He used to be an agent. I forgot his name. John Marina or something like that. I forgot his name really. The agent of Sekou, but he really left his agent already. So I'm not sure who's really Sekou's agent right now.
Yeah, but I mean, they got Sekou. Like, who else was at the run besides KD? Because it wasn't just KD; it was some other people too.
Yeah,
NBA players.
we heard he's training with players like Kevin Durant, DeMar DeRozan. We heard and I saw that there's several other players, including I can't remember. It's not really anyone in Philly. No, it's not in Boston. Player, I forgot really who's the player.
Well, I thought John Wall was doing some stuff.
Yes, John Wall, DeMar DeRozan, and I can't remember who was training with, but it's really interesting to see Sekou training with a guy like KD because I feel like Sekou just needs to learn, just need to get experience. That's because he has not really. I feel like last year we should have got more playing time. He just need more playing time, more really opportunity to play in order to learn this game, And he's still 19. He's still the youngest player in the NBA. And why not really giving him the get a great experience by working out with KD? I think if I'm like Sekou, I trying to get work out with with a guy like my favorite of all time right now, the MVP of the season, Giannis.
Giannis.
I,
Yeah.
I I'd love to have Sekou play with Giannis or with Pascal Siakam. These are the two players. Period. I want Sekou to train with. But if he's training with KD, that's even better because he learned how to shoot.
Oh,
KD,
like training with KD is way better.
yeah, he's the most complete player out of those. Like KD he's I don't know. So it's really interesting to see how this turned out to be. It might be just a short period, but I think it's in Sekou's favor, and I'm happy to hear stuff like that.
Well, so I don't think it's a short period. So I don't think everybody knows the story. So yeah, Sekou and his French connection, they've been going with these, runs with these NBA players. And a lot of times, like Clutch Sports, they have all of those all that NBA talent and stars. So they do runs with each other to get better. So this is a quote from Sekou himself. I've been playing with him every day for the last 3 weeks.
Wow.
When you're against him, you can just hope he misses. You can't stop these players. You can just get into the way. He's too strong. So this is what Sekou, like he's been playing with Kevin Durant for the several weeks, not just 3 weeks. Like he's been in these runs for several weeks, not just playing with Durant. We talked about DeRozan too, and I'm sure some other NBA guys that they're not bringing up. But the point is, a month with KD gonna get you right. Like I've been salivating. I've been salivating at everything Sekou has been doing this offseason. And I know people want to temper expectations and they might feel like I'm hyping them up. I'm just telling y'all what I see. I really see him having a point jump from like 6 to like 15, 16. Like if we give him 20, 30 minutes a game, not 20 minutes a game, I mean like 28, 30 minutes or 30 minutes. Like this man is going to be averaging 15 and I don't think it's going to be that difficult. I really don't. Just like he's just a very talented player. And when you go around and you sharpen your blade against these guys, so first he went months and months ago, Sekou was sharpening his blade on his own, right? And it was looking great against pro talent. And now he's doing it with the best of the best, Kevin Durant, a top 3 player in the NBA. So, I'm loving this, and I guess that means KD is probably back healthy, probably 80% of what he probably was. So for the people looking at that, I'm gonna read some of these comments off. Kiera Lewis, maybe if LaMelo and Hayes are off the board. I would take Cole, and I love Kiera, but I don't want to pass on Cole Anthony. I know a lot of people, like, we see what it happened with Kevin Porter Jr. A lot of people did this like personality, type of thing with some of these players, and they hate on these players, and the media hate on these players, and it makes their stock plummet, like with Kevin Porter Jr., but they really talented basketball players. And I really think Cole is that. He just has to find a home. Hey, assist or assist? Let's see. I see what you're saying on Cole Anthony. At least you see what I'm saying. RJ Hampton. I feel the same way about RJ Hampton. I just think Cole has a little bit more potential. Damian Lillard versus Lamelo Ball. I choose Damian Lillard and try to change my mind. Bravo.
Yeah.
So we got Steven Ibar. He asked, so if you had to choose Damian Lillard or we getting LaMelo, what are you going to do?
It's not a relevant question. I don't know. Just you trying to compare like LeBron to Melo. Why don't you just put LeBron versus Melo? Of course you're going to pick LeBron. Of course you're going to pick Damian Lillard.
No, I'm taking LaMelo.
I mean, now.
Damian Lillard is, how old is Damian Lillard?
What is the question? Is he asking who is the better player out of those two?
No, I think he's asking if we could get Damian Lillard right now or have LaMelo. What
I
would you
actually
do?
think we need Melo because he's a young player.
Yeah, I'm about to
Lillard
say that's why I'm about to look at Damian Lillard's age, and he has a
30.
$200 million. He's 30 years old with a $200 million contract. So is Damian Lillard gonna win us a championship in the next 5 years? I don't think so. I'm gonna go with the young guy that doesn't have the $30 million contract and try to build him up. But if anybody want Dame, I mean, he's a superstar point guard. He's a superstar. I'm not gonna be mad if you want Damian Lillard at all. But 30 years old, in 3 years he's not gonna be the same. It seems like, who knows? But I'm taking a young guy without the 30 million, without the $200 million contract. That's just the way I feel about that. Let's see. What's good, Don 19? Dolo Dynamite in the building. What's good, y'all? Cole Anthony the next CB3. I don't know about that. Let's see. Jawad Khan says, do you think Dwayne Casey will be patient with the guys, give them playing time and develop them during the season? Or do you think we may be thinking about getting a new coach? I've said this plenty of times. I'm going to keep saying it. Sekou is the key to Dwayne Casey being here. I'm telling you, if he rubs Sekou the wrong way like last year, he is not going to be here long. Especially if Sekou breaks out like we're thinking. Like, if Sekou really averages like 13 to 15 a game next year or more, he's the star player of the franchise. He's already trending in that direction. And Dwayne Casey got to get on board. Look, if Dwayne Casey treats Sekou right and he gives him that playing time, I think he sticks around at least for four more years. I know that's a long time. But if he's building up Sekou, I do think he'll be here. But my thing is, Dwayne Casey hasn't been patient with players. Dwayne Casey hasn't been giving certain players playing time, and he hasn't been developing them. The only player he's really developed to me is Bruce Brown. And we'll see about Luke King, because I'll give him credit if he develops Luke King as well. I think players like Svi and Luke Kennard just needed more opportunity. Kyrie Thomas, he just need more opportunity. He's just nice. Like Kyrie Thomas I feel so bad about him because I really think he's so good, but he's just been injured both of his seasons in the NBA. It happens like that sometimes in the NBA. Everybody doesn't go like that, but I swear if this man can stay healthy, he's going to be a good basketball player. I really believe that. Well, Bravo, what do you think about this question, man?
Just gonna go back to Sekou, who was training with. I found out he was training with Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, DeMar DeRozan, Montrezl Harrell, Trey Young, Jalen Brown, Jackson Hayes, Taco Fall. So he's got all these players' names he's training with. That's how I found on one of the websites on the Twitter. So yeah, to go back to the question, I feel like, we've seen what Sekou has done in the G League, and I think that's a good start for him. I mean, I don't really see a point of putting him in the bench. He's probably gonna play better than Tony Snell. I mean, easy.
Not probably. He will
Why'd you
play
just put
better.
him instead of
Man, Tony Snell be having them. He be having them. I don't mean to cut you off, my fault, but be having them 0 point game. Remember, he had like one stat with us. Like, Sekou is never gonna play 30 minutes and give you one stat.
I mean, he's still a rookie. Like, last year, he was a rookie. That's why he didn't play. But this year, you're gonna give him more playing time. If you really want to hope that, let's say, if you want to see any improvement from Sekou, like if you want to see that Sekou 10, 12 points stats game with 4 or 5 rebounds or 6 rebounds, and you want to see some more stats from Sekou, you got to give him like at least 20, 28 minutes or 30 minutes a game. Give him more time and be more consistent with him. Last year, I feel like they did a lot of things wrong with him. First of all, they played him some game 8 minutes, and some other games play him 30 plus minutes. And they mismanaged his minutes, and the guy was absolutely tired from the French league draft season. Before we drafted him, he was very tired when he came to the Pistons, and I feel like he did not get a good amount of rest when he came to the NBA. It took him a lot of time to acclimate to the new environment in Detroit, and he did really fairly well. But the guy, you need to give him some breaks before he really doesn't hit the rookie wall. And we saw what he did. So I feel like just give him playing time, more consistent, and see what he could do.
My thing is, Sekou should never be playing under 20 minutes a night. Like, 20 minutes needs to be the lowest amount. Like, if Sekou is going through a second year wall, he still need to be getting 20 minutes a game. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Not unless we competing for the playoffs and he's keeping us from winning games. Other than that, he has to be out there. Like, even if he's not playing well, he's still 20 minutes. If he's playing super bad, okay, 18 minutes. But he has to be out there. And I'm talking about worst case scenario. He's playing 18 minutes a game. Other than that, I need him playing 30 minutes, 29 minutes, 28 minutes, like easily. And I agree with you. Sekou had a problem with conditioning last year. It's something that I won't overlook. And the thing about this year that we've noticed mainly when he was, destroying people and breaking arms in France, his conditioning, he's in way better shape. He's probably in the best shape of his life right now. So when I look, I'm what?
Not yet. I don't think so.
I think. No, I'm saying right now he's in the best shape of his life.
Oh yeah. So far, yeah, I see your point. Yeah.
He's in the best shape of his life right now, and he's working with the best. And we've already seen Sekou be great in the NBA in a couple games. So we know the potential is there, and I just love that he's so invested in himself. Remember, I said earlier, I was like, why is Sekou working so hard? You would have thought Pistons fans was ridiculing him, talking a bunch of smack, saying he was a bust every day. You would have thought that we've been putting so much pressure on Sekou with how hard he's been working, right? But it's just in him. The kid is hungry, and I love it, man. All right, let me look at some more comments before we go to the next topic. I just hope Katie doesn't tell Sekou if you want to win a ring league for the best team because this is his team. If Sekou don't start next season, it's time to put Dwayne Casey on the clock. Yes, I've been saying that. Sekou is going to have a huge second-year league. I can see him averaging 16.6 boards on 45 and 35.
That might be too much.
I don't know, man. I'm not limiting what Sekou's going to do next year.
10 to 12
points. I know. No. Sekou's too good, man. He could have averaged 10 points last year if he was playing. So I know he can average at least 14 at the least. Like last year, he could have averaged 10 points a game.
But the other thing is about the Pistons this year. They're getting back a healthy Blake Griffin, and I do not believe they're going to play Griffin 30 plus minutes a game. They're going to play him less minutes, and that's a good thing for Sekou. He's going to take over power forward spots for Blake in few games, I think, because you cannot just abuse Blake right now 35 minutes a game. You can't do that. You got to play him like less than 30, 32 minutes, and you probably give the rest of the minutes to Sekou, and you see if we can bring Wood back.
Like, man, I've just been watching the NBA for the last 4 or 5 years. If your young players are talented and you have a good enough head coach and you play them, it always works out in the end. Like, I'm pretty sure there was plenty of players that shouldn't have been playing, that should have been playing over OG Anunoby when he was out there averaging 6 points a game and getting cooked by LeBron as a rookie. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's a lot of situations where certain players didn't play, but you put them out there. I don't want Tony Snell to get any minutes. I want him every day in a suit. I want all the small forward minutes going to Sekou, going to Speed, and going to Louis King. I don't want him on the basketball court. That's just me. Truth teller on this. I do think Lonzo and Lamelo are very comparable. Black basketball players, they're brothers. So I agree with you about at least Lonzo. He's very comparable to Zoe. Lamelo is. That's why they special like that. Casey already been talking about sending Sekou to the G League, and yeah, that's why I had a whole rant about if you send Sekou to the G League, I'm calling for you. I've been calling for him to be fired, but I've been being nice. But if Sekou spend 1 second in the G League, bro, you're a trash coach. No, and I keep saying it, and I'll keep saying it more. Tyler Hero would have spent at least 2 to 3 months in the G League last year for no damn reason if we took him over Sekou, because we could have, I think. Yeah. So Tyler Hero he wouldn't have been playing, y'all. That you see how good Tyler Hero is? He wouldn't have been playing, y'all. And that's my point. But people like to get Dwayne Casey all of these excuses, and I'm not going to let you live up what you've done in the past. What is you doing for the Pistons? And right now, he ain't doing much, but we're going to see. Edar says, I can see Zoe taking a beat next year now that they moving Drew. With Lonzo, I thought Lonzo would average 15 or 16 if Drew was there. But if Drew gone, y'all going to see something special. They trade that man, it's a wrap. Agreed. Sekou. Agreed. Casey seems intent on not playing Sekou for some real reason. I don't understand. Sekou's supposed to be his guy, right?
I don't understand what really he's doing some weird things like playing like okay he did like some of the three things wrong. Sekou's not playing enough consistent minutes. Also, why do you even say Bruce Brown is not a point guard? The guy is doing good as like at a shooting guard, point guard position. Give him the time. Don't really discredit Bruce Brown by saying he's not a point guard. Give him the
I
ball.
don't think he's a point guard though.
I agree with him. I agree with you, but that's kind of like lowers your like level of.
But see, I kind of I push back on that because I think he needs to establish roles, and Bruce Brown needs to know on this team you're not a point guard, bro. You a guy that we if we need some playmaking, you can do that for us. But you know what you got to establish roles, and the roles that's being established is Bruce. You're not a point guard. Luke, you got better vision. We gonna play you at all of Bruce's point guard minutes, and let Bruce just be. Why can't he be a shooting guard and just be a dog? You know, like Marcus Smart is not like he can pass the ball, but he's not really a point guard. And I think he has way better vision than Bruce. You know, he's an elite player. You know, he's a veteran, so I'm not really comparing him to Bruce. But I'm just saying, like, roles have to be established.
Yeah, it's just weird. So last year he played the expiring contracts. He played a lot of Markieff Morris, a lot of Langston Galloway, a lot of like Brandon Knights, and you didn't even play your rookies. Why do you do this? And if you really traded those expiring contracts, if we would have seen like Galloway traded, Markieff Morris traded, we would have been really happy. But we didn't even trade them. Markieff Morris, we just released them. That's just bad mismanagement of your team. And I'm glad that Troy Weaver is in charge right now because he's going to tell Casey to do this and left and right. He's not going to be quiet on Casey. And I think he's going to have an impact and have a role in pushing Casey, hopefully, to play these young players. I want to see Jordan Bone this year. Why not? He
no, most definitely.
Yeah, why don't you just give him a chance? Why do you play Tim Frazier or like Brandon Knights and leave a guy like Jordan Bone on the bench? You're not even given a chance in the NBA. So I just don't understand it. We're losing already. Why might as well play these guys?
That's because Dwayne Casey is an idiot, but he continually gets a pass. It is what it is, man. I'm gonna read some more of these questions and then we're gonna get to the next topic because you guys are being very interactive today. Shout out to all of y'all. It's Free Smoke Saturday. Drop your questions right now and we gonna get to them. We having some fun today. All right, Bravo. What do you think about this? What is Sekou's max potential, you think, right now?
It's really hard to tell. I mean, I would love to see Sekou Doumbouya turn into a Pascal Siakam. That's my wish. If he can turn to a Pascal Siakam type of player, I'll be super happy. But that's his. I kind of feel like this is his potential. Unless he really bulk up significantly, get a lot more muscular in shape, and he probably if he can shoot.
I mean, he's already 240 pounds and 19. So I'm assuming when he's 24. He'll be no. Sekou's been 240 pounds since he's been in the league.
Yeah, I don't know. That's really we'll see. It's not. I mean, I'm talking about by being like more athletic. Also, like that's
what I'm saying. Like he's 19. Like 5 years from now, that 240 is gonna be a grown man 240.
And I feel like you just need to give him the ball. I mean, I don't understand why Casey doesn't give him the ball. Give him a. I mean, I would give Sekou some chance and playing part-time with the ball. Let him bring the ball. Let him even take his chance, go to the rim. You don't even give him a chance. Why? You just let him cut. I feel like Sekou is, if he can really be a guy who can play in ISO. He's, by the way, like I said before, Sekou is ranked 60th percentile in the NBA in ISO situation. He's been able to score in ISO, so he's above average in ISO score. So why don't you just give him a chance to be like, give him dribble the ball, make it let him take it to the ring. If you really give him the chance, he's got like higher potentials. But I think if he can be like Pascal Siakam, I'd be super happy. That's like one of the best all-stars. He's Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, I think Pascal Siakam, the bar is a little bit too low. Like I like Pascal, but we kind of seen what he is. I don't really know how much better he's gonna get. And I think Sekou is way better at a younger age. Like when Pascal was Sekou's age, he wasn't in the NBA. He was like still overseas or something. I don't know, but he wasn't in the NBA at 19. I think Sekou's way more talented than Pascal. He's a better shooter. I think he's just a better player than Pascal at the same age. And if you look at the numbers also back that up. But I think the bar's a little bit low. Man, like I said, man, Sekou, he's not gonna be athletic like Giannis, but a superstar. I'll just put it like that. If we develop him perfectly, a superstar.
You know,
Um,
I want to comment on that point. I think Seiko is going to be an excellent player. Is he a superstar, all-star potential? I don't want to go and really put a lot of pressure on my guy. He's the guy I wanted the most. And in order to see a superstar, all-star, you don't really see all-star like that. You want to see gradual improvement in your stats and your overall level of performance
it
every year.
took Giannis 5 years to become a superstar.
Yeah, exactly. You
So
can't just be a
I
superstar
just like when
overnight.
I'm talking about his full potential, I definitely think he has that full potential because he already has the skill set and he has the weight and he has the height.
Yeah.
All you need is, like you said, ISO. I love Sekou trying to just like swirl people like that, but he has a lot of work to really, to reach superstar status. But it's players that's not that superstars now that years ago you wouldn't think they will reach that. Like I said, I'm expecting a huge jump, like minimum 13 points, minimum. I just think he's just going to be so much better. Luke Kennard averaging about 20 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists on 43%. Hey, I'm with you, dog. I told Luke he averaged 20. I want him to be the leading scorer. And like, I feel like Blake, play 28 minutes a game and average a nice little 19, 5, and 8. We don't need you to do that unless it's the clutch, like the playoffs, Blake. Then you take the reins. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the playoffs. Like that's what you do. But Luke Kennard is like the best shooter on this team by far. I love Speed, but come on. And he's a pure scorer. I know people don't consider him a pure scorer like that because he doesn't look like your typical pure scorer. But look at Tyler Hero, man. So so I'm just saying, I definitely think he can do that. And Luke Kennard was averaging 19 points a game last year. We forget that. He was averaging 19 points. Blake came back for a few games, and Blake was just like chemistry was bad, and Blake was just hobbling, and then it went down to 16. But he was averaging 19 when he had the chance to actually be the guy, and that was last year. So, and I know he is so motivated this year, and I know, especially with the ball in his hands more, people don't realize once Luke starts passing his basketball more and playmaking more, it's gonna open up so many things for him. Because now you don't know how to guard. How am I gonna guard a guy that can shoot from anywhere and he can pass the ball? Like if Luka Doncic shot 40% from three, he would literally be unguardable. Maybe one day he will do that. And I'm not comparing Luke Kennard to Luka Doncic. That is not what I'm doing. I'm just talking about when you can pass and you can shoot like that. That's why I think Lonzo's shooting 38%. I think it's gonna reach 40. Being able to pass like that, it just benefit. Like Rajon Rondo in the playoffs was hitting so many 3-point shots, hitting them all day. Rondo, and then passing the ball, it was just breaking the defense down. And I think Luke really has that ability, man. Not saying he'll be an elite passer, but he's just good enough to really give you problems. Cade Cunningham or Lamelo Ball. I got to look at Cade Cunningham a little bit more. I love Cade Cunningham, though. I haven't
Definitely,
looked at it enough, though.
definitely. Look, you're comparing a really
I'm not.
a great draft versus this draft. So this next year draft is supposed to be really good, and Cunningham is definitely a great player. I'm taking Cade
Yeah,
Cunningham.
yeah. I got to look at some more tape on him, though.
Yeah,
I haven't really seen a lot. Um, Only high school player I'm paying. Like I knew about Cade when he was younger, but that's when he wasn't nearly as good as he is now. So only high school player I care about is Imani Bates, bro, because he's the GOAT. The Pistons franchise are the only franchise that don't believe in paying young talent. You're right. You're right about that. You're right about that. J Mo is close. Sekou is 231 right now. I know when he came to the NBA, he was 240 though. He probably lost some weight.
he lost some body fat. I think he
Yeah,
got.
I love it. Like I said, we got to get that man in shape. But like the man is 6'9". Like how many 6'9" players in the NBA are 230 pounds? It's a small list. Not like it may be what 10, 15. It's not that many players, that big and being like athletes. I ain't talking about guys who slow and can't move. You know what I'm saying? It's not that many players like that. So it's a little bit more now, but that size and that strength, man, Sekou got the better to be a better scoring Scottie Pippen. I like that comparison, man. We just get a guy Just give him a chance. Like, I don't understand. I have to beg my team to use my basketball players. But apparently, guys, I had to beg my team to use my players. Give Sekou a chance to be great.
Yeah, I think one of the things we need to do is like maybe draft a good point guard next to Sekou right now. That's the thing that could really unlock Sekou. If you draft a guy like Melo or Hayes, I think he's gonna be a really good player. He's even like an even deadlier, I think.
Let's see. Is Jello Ball underrated? He's 6'5", 240. His body fat. Now, I'll talk to I like Lonzo and Melo. I'll talk to some of the ball people. Some of them don't think Jello's 240, so I don't know if that's true. But I like LiAngelo. I think he can play basketball. And I've said it before. There are worse players in the NBA than LiAngelo Ball. I'm telling you right now. I like LiAngelo. I think he can be a role player, and because he can shoot that ball, man. And if you can shoot that ball and do a couple other things, you can make it in the NBA, especially when you got a name like that. Some teams gonna give him a chance. I definitely like Jello because I do believe in his talent to shoot the ball. I'm not like he can shoot, and if he can really shoot on the NBA level, then he's really gonna be successful. You're right, but J-Mo might be a candidate for head coach. Pistons come hire me, man. They don't hire unknown people though. I'm gonna have to put in some work with them before they hire me. Absolutely agree. The sky's the limit for Sekou. That's cliche, but it's the truth. I definitely feel that way. Did I miss y'all covering the Patrick Williams content? All right, no. So let's talk about it right now. Bravo, I'm gonna let you take this segment away, man.
So the Pistons rumored in recent articles, they rumored to take in the seventh draft spot in the draft Patrick Williams. You guys know the Florida State player, small forward, Patrick Williams. I believe he plays in Florida. I don't know which is it Florida State? I'm not sure. I think he's Florida State, but he is a small forward of Florida State. I believe
Florida State,
6'8", athletic guard, athletic really player, small forward. He can really shoot the ball. He's got a little bit of an awkward shot, but he's really good. He's athletic too. He can really dunk it. He plays like small forward and even power forward, comparable to like a weaker defender than Jaylen Brown. I've seen like a few times talking about comparing him to Jaylen Brown, but he's not really a good defender as Jaylen Brown, but he still got the potentials. Let me put it that way. He's not a great defender he doesn't move his legs laterally as good as other players, but he's still got potentials. He's young. He's only 18. I think he's 19. And I think he is projected outside the top 10 though. So that's why I'm really not 100% on drafting him at 7. You can trade down and draft him. And I think he's got potential. So he's one of the guys I think I have it in my steal players of the draft, Patrick Williams. But I think if you ask me who is going to be a better complete player than Patrick Williams, there's a lot of them. You can.
I was about to say there's a ton of them.
You can even.
I've said this many times. We're stacked at shooting guard, but I'm telling y'all, Devin Vassell is gonna be good, and I would take him. So I'll take him over this guy.
Yeah. I'm not really sure 100% about Patrick Williams. I don't think we should draft him at 7. Maybe draft him at 14. The Pistons, it's rumored to promise him a position at 7. Probably they promised him because they tell him, if everybody's gone, we'll draft you maybe. That's what they told him, I think, over the phone. I don't think we will draft him because I think there's a lot of they really clearly stated that they're going to draft a playmaking player. Patrick Williams has got a lot of potentials. I think he's a player we could trade down and draft and pick him up, or even like get another pick in the later draft. Maybe we can trade like a player like for another pick and get or even like trade a future pick for a protected future pick for Patrick Williams. We could do it that way too. If you want to get Patrick Williams, I think he's going to be a nice combo, a nice combination with him and Sekou because he's a really good small forward. He can shoot it. And he's going to be really a nice addition to Sekou. But I think his ceiling is like...
I don't know, man. He shot 32% from 3 on 1.7 attempts. He averaged 9 points a game, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 1 steal. So I guess maybe he's a little bit better defensively. But only 7 field goal attempts a game. This is a guy that you're going purely off of potential. And my response to this, and shout out to all the people that have seen this. If you haven't seen it, go look it up. Hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no. There is a list of players that I'm taking, and I'll name them: Kira Lewis, Cole Anthony, Devin Vassell, Precious Achua. Guess what? Tyrese Halliburton. Like, I would even, as much as I don't like Halliburton, I love Lewis King. Use him as your small forward.
I'll take Okoro over Williams.
Okoro, yeah, Okonwu, Oneka Okonwu.
Yeah.
Obi top, but like everybody, but like, and this is, I'm not attacking the guy. I'm not saying Patrick Williams won't be a great basketball player. That's literally not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Like, no. What in the world are you thinking, Trey Weaver? I will slap you 100 times if you draft Patrick Williams. And if this boy Patrick Williams is not a superstar, we gonna have a problem. And like I said, I'm not attacking the player. I'm just thinking smart. First of all, we don't need a small forward. Second of all, we have 3 small forwards. 4, Tony Snell, Svi Mykhailiuk, and Lewis King, and Sekou Doumbouya. All 3 of those players are young players with potential. I really like Lewis King. I think he's going to be good. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think that boy can play. I really do. So, and I watched him play when he was at Oregon, because of Michigan played Oregon a lot in the tournament and stuff. And when I'm looking at that, no. Like I said, there's plenty of point guards I'm taking. Like, they're just better basketball players. What in the hell are you thinking taking that man 7th overall? Don't do it. Stop it, Pistons. Don't be idiots. Don't piss me off. Like, it's so many players. I might take Jaden McDaniel. Like, it's so many players I would take before this guy. And like I said, I'm not attacking him. I'm not saying he won't be good. I'm just saying there's other players that I think are going to be better for us at an earlier point, and is better for our future. So that's all I got to say about that, man.
Maybe if we trade down, get an additional pick, we could draft him late. That would be a great like pickup for us, but not at 7. I think he's not the best.
No. If we drafted him late along with a point guard, like we pick a point guard or we pick him up, I ain't gonna trip, you know. But if it's just him, oh no, I'm tripping. Like, let me get some more of these comments, and we're going to move on to the next topic, you guys. We got 32 people in the chat, 23 likes. Make sure you guys like that video, share it, let people know it's Free Smoke Saturday. We out here, man. It's been a good day because the votes got counted the right way. All right, let's see. What about Zaire Wade? He wants to know what you think about Zaire Wade. Bravo.
Who?
Zaire Wade. You don't know who Zaire Wade is, or Isaiah Jackson? I know who both of them are. Isaiah Jackson is from Detroit. He played with LaMelo. He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
These are like basketball, Michigan State basketball players.
No, Zaire Wade is Dwayne Wade's son. He's pretty good, actually.
Oh, they're not in this draft. Why are you bringing their names? Oh, 2000.
I was about to say Zaire. I think he might come out when Amani comes out.
Oh, he's talking about 2021. Dude, if we end up with next year, 2021, we might be a chance to draft Cade Cunningham. What you talking about? Or even Jalen Green. So these players are the hottest players in that draft. So there's a lot of good players next
year. Right. B-Ball Gratiot, I don't know what you've been looking at, but LaMelo Ball is 6'8". I don't care what Lonzo said. LaMelo Ball has pictures standing next to Lonzo, and he's taller than Lonzo. Like, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about on that, man. So, Jaylen Brown, I feel like how do you feel about Killian's athleticism at the next level in the NBA? I think he's going to be a solid enough athlete, like, you know, D'Lo, Kyrie. To me, when you're crafty like Killian is, you just got to be crafty. And I definitely think he has athleticism, though. And I think he'll be better. I think he has good NBA athleticism, not great, not amazing, not top tier like the Zion or nothing. You know, like my tiers is like the Zion, LeBron, Giannis tier. Then there's like that amazing tier. Then there's that great tier, and then there's the good tier, this average tier. I think he's between above average to good as an athlete. But he's so crafty, man. Man, like, bro, like he is so crafty. Like that's what I say. How like athletic is Trae Young? Like He's not an athlete, but man, can you check him though? You know what I'm saying? I feel like Killian Hayes is he's so crafty, man. Patrick Williams, Sekou, and Wood would be one of the most athletic, dynamic front courts in the NBA.
We don't have a point guard.
I agree with you, PD Mac. It is all about smoke screens. You know that Patrick Williams one of the biggest smoke screens in smoke screen history. Would you trade Bruce Brown and the pick for Patrick Williams? Hell no.
No, I don't know if that's right. And the pick? Why?
I'm gonna have to do some more research on Patrick Williams, y'all. But I just don't. I'm not taking him over Devin Vassell. I'm just really not, because I really like Devin Vassell. I'm not taking him over him. He drafted at the end of I'm laughing because he brought up the GOAT Lou Dort. At the end of the day, whoever we draft trusts in Troy. He drafted Westbrook and the GOAT Lou Dort. Hey, Lou Dort is a GOAT. Lou Dort is going to be one of the best defensive players in this league, and expect to see him on some all defensive teams. Like, it was not a fluke. That boy Lou Dort is a great defensive player, bro. Like, I've never seen, like, man guarding James Harden one-on-one, and like, it Harden just couldn't get past dude. So, like, yeah. But come on, y'all. Isaiah Stewart, I don't know who that is.
That's a little bit far at the end of the first, probably. Isaiah Stewart.
One thing you have to consider when looking at Williams is that none of the top players on Florida played more than 20 minutes.
So?
Yeah. All right, man. We gonna move on to the next topic, guys. But all right, so we got Christian Wood. His value has been rated by a few websites and pundits. But Christian Wood is valued at $15.8 million. Andre Drummond is valued at $14 million. The question is he Christian Wood valued correctly, and should he be valued more than Andre Drummond? Bravo.
That's so like surprising. I don't understand why they overvalued Christian Wood. He is really good player, and I think he worth money, but I don't think that's 15 million. That's with this pandemic and all this economy going on. I don't know if it's the right price. You know, if we have to repay him this money in order to get him, it might be the best way to get him at this $15 million. But I think it's an overpay, in my opinion. I think you're asking for overpay, because we're looking at it like a few months ago. We were looking at 50 million as a good pay, or 18 million is the maximum pay. But after looking at this economy going on, I think 50 million is an overpay, in my opinion. He might be a good player. He might be worth it, but I'd probably give him like less. I try to get away with 12 million if possible. I don't think he's worth the $50 million. He's not really proven anything. He has proven nothing so far. He has not even played a full season yet. So why would you really give him all this, hand him all this money? I think you can get him for a cheaper price. And if I'm really choosing between two, would you pick Christian Wood for 50 million, or you pick Andre Drummond for 40 million? I'd rather pick Andre Drummond, to be honest.
I'm about to say, look. Pistons fans, I know Andre Drummond and any kind of sour. He better than Christian Wood. Hey, y'all don't agree with me, cool, but I think he's a better player right now. That's just what I believe. It just didn't work out with our team. I think he should be valued a little bit more than Christian Wood. Christian Wood, boy, you better be averaging 25 and 12. I don't think he's an all-star. I think he's an 18 and 8 type of guy. A Montrezl Harrell with a better jumper, but without the defensive dog type of mentality in the post, because Christian Wood can't defend anyone. Man, this man is getting more overrated by the day. And it's sad because NBA fans think he's way better than he is. But I'm like, look, I watched him play. Like, he's great. But the Pistons gave Christian Wood everything he needed to be successful. We gave him the touches. We caught the plays for him. We caught the actions for him. We were like, we going to see you at your maximized state, and when we don't have anybody else. But that's not going to lead you to wins. And when if our team was literally, let's say this was a start lineup hypothetically, Derrick Rose, Luke Kennard, Sekou Doumbouya, Blake Griffin, Christian Wood. How many? Is Christian Wood averaging? What was he averaging? 26 and 13. Is he averaging that? Hell no, he ain't averaging that. He averaging 15 and 8, ain't he?
I think he averaged like 15, 16 to 8 or 10.
Yeah, like if he's playing with us right now, we resign him, he's not going to even be averaging those numbers he was averaging when everybody was hurt. So he can't even be the star that some people might want him to be. And Andre Drummond, to me, look, people were talking about him going to the team I hate the most, the Boston Celtics, but oh my gosh, if he go to the Boston Celtics, it's gonna be disgusting. Like, you're not gonna like that at all. So it's just about him fitting on the right team. I think he's a better defensive player than Christian Wood.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He isn't a better, shooter. Christian Wood's a better offensive player, but at the end of the day, Drummond can still give you 16, 17 a game. And that rebounding is valuable. It's just about where you need to be used, because Rudy Gobert is still Rudy Gobert. So, end of the day, I don't think he should be valued over Drummond. But the good news about this is Dwight Howard is valued at $3 million. Pascal Siakam is valued at $5 million.
No,
I was telling Bravo.
Ibaka.
No, I said Pascal Ibaka. Oh my gosh. Serge Ibaka is valued at $5 million. I was telling Bravo off camera. I'm like, I would sign Serge Ibaka and say bye-bye to Christian Wood. Why am I about to play Christian Wood $15 million to do exactly what Serge Ibaka, who's a proven champion and playoff performer, can do? Why am I gonna pay you $15 million when I can get him for $5 million and get Dwight Howard? I can get Serge and Dwight for $8 million, but I'm gonna pay you $15 million? I don't think that works. What you think about that?
Let me ask you, do you think having a Christian Wood on a Detroit Pistons losing team right now is going to put him in an all-star? I mean, he can be an all-star candidate, but with a team like the Pistons, we're going to have a losing record. I don't think we're going to have a winning record. And let's be honest, not for this next year. There's a lot of teams.
I disagree with that.
Okay, I'm trying to lead you to a different point here. I'm trying to lead you to a point that Christian Wood will not be. I don't think he's going to be, in my opinion. I cannot say will not 100%, but I can say that, like, I can give you like a 90%, 80% confidence. Christian Wood is not going to be an all-star next year just because of the fact he's playing here. So why would you pay him all this? I mean, it's not too much money, but I think that's how I feel. I mean, he's not worth. He's not going to be all-star next year. I don't think so.
The only way he goes to an all-star is if he goes to an extremely bad team and averages like 24 and 12. But all the teams that want him are more contenders. Like, they're not going to get – like, Christian Wood will fit perfectly on, like, the Rockets because they can really use him. But, like, man, he's not an all-star. I'm with you on that. And like I said, if we re-sign Christian Wood, he's not going to be putting up all-star numbers. If we re-sign Christian Wood and we have a good season, the all-stars will probably be Blake, Luke, and Derrick Rose if we have that many.
Yeah, I want to comment about Mr. Ray's 93. He's saying $50 million is not all-star money. Correct, which exactly what it means. Christian Wood is not all-star. He's not an all-star right now. You cannot give him all this, like, you cannot I mean, we're trying to limit our mistakes in Pistons land in here. We cannot just do overpay in a really pandemic, low economy state. We cannot just abuse our really cap space. Use like a 12 million or maybe even sign him to a mid-level exception if you can get away with it. We'll do it. Sign Christian Wood to a mid-level exception, maybe 4 years at $10 million. If we can do it that way, that would be the best way to do it, in my opinion. But paying him $50 million, taking the salary cap, just it might be. I don't know if that's the best way to go with it. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, I like Christian Wood. I want to bring him back, but I
love Christian Wood, man. But come on, that's what I said to Pistons fans. Like, y'all would want to pay Christian Wood, a guy who had 20 good games with us, $15 million, but you don't want to pay Luke Kennard, who actually averaged 15 points more than Christian Wood and 4 assists. But you don't want to pay a guy that you drafted that's actually productive. Very weird to me.
Also a comment about PD Mack. He said, I can't agree with you, Bravo. If health is on our side, it will not be a losing year. I think health is not on our side because Blake Griffin is not 100%. Let's face it. Blake Griffin is not.
But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we're going to be much better. I think last year we were in a situation where if we lose Blake, we'll be crippled. That's not going to be the same this year. You're going to have a rising Sekou. You're going to have a rising Luke Kennard. You still have Derrick Rose.
That's right.
You're going to have whoever we draft in the draft. I think we can be a competitive team even without Blake. You're going to see some things from some of these players. Right. Like, you still got Bruce Brown. You still got – I like our team, man.
If you want to –
having Derrick Rose is like a real thing. Like, he's going to win you basketball games.
But if you want to be a winning team, you have to have Blake 100% and D Rose 100%. If they're not 100%, I don't see us becoming.
Yeah, but D Rose has been fine. So
Yeah,
D Rose is basically
but he
he's
got
been
injured
fine
a
with
few
it.
games last year. He's not always 100%. He's not a play. He's
I
not a player
mean,
who
he
played more
missed
than
like what 4 or 5. Like he didn't miss a
yeah,
lot of. He missed the average games that every NBA player misses.
yeah.
So
We just like
he was healthy. So
that's what I say. That's what I'm trying to say. We're not gonna be 100% team. I'm gonna be honest and realistic with you. We're not going to be 100% healthy team. We have been off season for like a year.
yeah,
Our
but I
team
don't
is
think
not really ready to
we
take
don't
all
need
the.
no team is 100% healthy.
I
But
know.
like we don't need to be like all we need is for Blake to play 60 games, and I think that's very possible. Who has the highest ceiling in the draft? Anthony Edwards, because I feel like if he can get it together, that athleticism at that height is something special. Or I would go with yeah, Edwards. Edwards. What do
Who
you
got the
think,
highest
Davo?
ceiling in the draft? That's a tough question. Highest ceiling in the draft, man. It all depends on the players where they really get drafted. Let's put it that way. If the players ended up in their best situation, they'll have their best ceilings. This draft particularly does not have a really clear number one pick. We don't know who's the clear number one pick or the number two pick in this year. Last year we knew it was Zion and Ja Morant. This year, we don't know if it's going to be Melo. Is it going to be James Wiseman? I think James Wiseman is not going to be one, but we don't know if it's Melo or Anthony Edward. So I don't know. Really, you cannot really put a highest ceiling. You can see Denny Avdia become the best players if you landed in situations. So I don't really tell you who's going to be the best player in this draft because a lot of players have similar values around the top five. But outside the top five, it could be one of those players outside the top five becoming the best player in the draft.
Yeah. The Pistons did set Will for success and he excelled. Actually, he overproduced. I'm not understanding your logic at times. I'll tell you again. He only did that because there wasn't nobody else on the team. That's my point. The Pistons were like, we're gonna pad your stats, but it wasn't nobody else on the team to score. Christian Wood cannot average 26 and 13 with Luke Kennard starting, Derrick Rose starting, Blake Griffin starting, Sekou starting because he's not that good. But if we pad Luke Kennard stats, that man will be averaging 25 a game. Yeah, I said it. If Luke Kennard taking 23, 20 shots a game, trust me, we could pad his stats. That's what I mean. I mean that he was only doing that because there wasn't nobody else to do it. Thon Maker was starting and was averaging 13 points a game. Come on. Like the Thon Maker was giving you 10 points here, 12 points there. You know what I'm saying? Like Christian Wood did that because we helped him do that, but like he's only doing that on a bad team. In any competitive basketball team, he's not averaging 20 points a game. I think that's just the fact of the matter. We got Detroit Drew in the building. What's good, man?
Yo, what's good, fellas? I'm a little bit hammered, so if I don't make sense, that's why.
Okay, man. At least you showed up, man. Always loyal to the cause, man. I would most definitely take Dwight Howard on this roster. I would. All right, so Drew.
Yo.
Man. Let's go to we're gonna go to the Sekou question and the Christian Wood question. So what do you think about this Christian Wood? Basically, he worth 15.8 million, according to some people. Drummond's at 14 million. Should he be worth more than Drummond and should he be worth 15 million?
I mean, going into this offseason, that's kind of where I expected him to be at. And when that report came out where he was only worth 9, I kind of thought that was BS a little bit. But, I mean, that's kind of what I expected for him. There's not a whole lot of good free agencies centers out there, but he can play power forward center. So, I mean, he brings a lot to the table. And when you look at what the NBA has become, he kind of fits the mold of what current NBA centers are trying to do. Yeah, he's undersized to play center, but that's really what teams are looking for. A guy that can stretch the floor out, athletic, can grab rebounds, push it in transition. He's done all that here. So I'm not really surprised by it. I am a little bit surprised that they're only giving Drummond 14. I figured he'd still be worth a guy like 16 or 17. But that's a little bit shocker there.
No, that's definitely so. Sekou training with KD and Kyrie and DeMar DeRozan. He's been doing it for like 3 weeks straight. Basically, the last one been in the lab training with these guys, man. What do you think about Sekou continuing to step his game up?
I think KD just needs to shave his hair, man. I don't know what the hell he's got going on right now, but you love to see it because KD is one of the greatest scorers, maybe of all time, but if not, the last decade or so. For Sekou just to sit there and pick that guy's brain, I mean, he could do everything KD does. He just hasn't developed that way yet. So for him to be working out year number 2 with a guy like KD, you can only get better from there. I mean, you've seen guys work out with Kobe get better, and that's just like practicing and stuff. So you'll see Sekou improve, and it's always good to form relationships like that because those guys can teach you so much. So much. I mean, look how much Kobe learned from MJ in the All-Star games, going toe-to-toe with him. So, I mean, I love to see it. For DeMar DeRozan, I mean, you're not really going to learn a whole lot from him, but KD's the
hey, man, DeMar DeRozan got a nice game. You can learn a lot from him. He has amazing footwork. He
does, but, Sekou can learn from KD because they play the similar position. They have a similar build, similar skill set. You can learn way more from KD than DeRozan. Now, finishing at the rim and stuff, yeah, you can learn from DeRozan that way.
Let's see. We got Madman Jazz in the building. What's good, Madman Jazz? We got 36 people. Make sure you guys like the video. We got Marvin Tolbert in the building. What's good, my man? How you doing? But back to Christian Wood. I think Pistons fans overrate this guy. He's good, but like I said, he's an 18-8, 16-6 type of guy on a regular team. But like if you put Tobias Harris on a bad team, how many points would he average? He probably averaged like 23, 24 points, wouldn't he?
Well, he was almost averaging 30 for us. He was in the high 20s.
So that's what I'm saying. Just because you can average good points on a bad team don't mean that's actually what you can do if you're a real star. But could Tobias Harris be a star at average 20 plus, like over 20? Like not the 19 or 20 he's averaging now, but on a stacked team, could he be averaging 24? No, because he's not capable of that. But he is when you get the reps at the end of the day. DeMarcus Cousins,
he's injured. He's not even gonna be able to play like few games before. You don't know how he's gonna be.
All right. Well, it's Mike's game and takeover. That's actually the next topic, man. Because I'm about to go in, man. Man, Troy Weaver talking about he liked Cassius Winston. What the hell is wrong with Troy Weaver, and why is he such an idiot? It's like, no. But should the Pistons go after Cassius Winston, Bravo?
If you ask me, if we get a 30th round pick, second round pick, I don't mind it at all. He's really crafty player. He's a small guard. He can do it all. We've seen him in college. He's also, by the way, I thought he was like 24. He is 22 still. He is gonna be probably making a huge impact when he comes in out of those NBA drafted players because he's got experience. So I don't mind him at all if we draft him late in the lottery. I think he's gonna be a good, solid candidate for us. It depends on how much exactly where we can pick him up.
What do you think about this, Drew?
Well, we're not taking him in the first round. So you're going to trade to get a second round pick, and it's all about what you have to give up in return. If we can flip a deal where we trade Tony Snell for a second round pick and take him, that would just be like a dream come true for me. But I really don't know what to expect because the Pistons did say they are interested in acquiring second round draft picks this year. Mm-hmm. So that's always something to keep your eye out for. But, Winston's a guy who may not get drafted. And if he does not get drafted, I really do expect the Pistons to go after him in the free agency of the draft. So that's something that I'm looking forward to because I don't really know where he's, ranked to go. So there is a possibility he might not even get drafted. And if that's the case, I do expect the Pistons to go after him there.
Now, if he don't get drafted, I'm cool. But if you want to spend a draft pick, I don't know if you saw it, Drew, but I'm going to say, hell to the no, no, hell to the no.
Well, let me ask you here. Bro. What if you played for Michigan, though? If you played for Michigan, would you still be saying that?
Hell to the no. Did I want Derek Walton Jr. on the Pistons? No. Okay, no. This is why his name is Jordan Bone. I know you can find a lot of good reasons to bring him on the team, but I'm about opportunity. Jordan Bone need to get all the opportunity. Now, if Cassius Winston comes out and he's better, then yeah, but he's not better than Jordan Bone. Thing about Cassius Winston, he lacks athleticism to the point where he's like a regular guy, like literally. And he has so much skill with being able to dribble and pass that he can excel on the college level. But He can't defend on the college level. So
Yeah.
I don't think he's
NBA
going to be
level.
able to defend on that. No, he can't. He couldn't defend on the college level. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So he can't defend on the NBA level. And then is when you got to have to guard those guys. And the way he was able to score, it's just like the NBA it's a big boy league. He's not going to be able to do that. I do think he can be averaging like 12 and like 6 on a nice little team. I do think he can make a roster. But for us, Jordan Bone is better than him. And I'm not trying to I'm tired of not using these young players. Like we got a lot of guards already. We don't need another guard because we're gonna draft a guard. Why the hell we bringing in 2 guards? We're gonna draft a point guard already. Why are we bringing in Cassius? We got Jordan Bone. We got Kyrie Thomas. So that's just the way that I feel about it.
This is how I feel with Jordan Bone, Kyrie Thomas, and Sekou. There's one thing similar between the three. Casey does not like to play them for some reason. I have no idea why Casey doesn't put a lot of minutes on Sekou or Kyrie Thomas or Jordan Bone. I feel like they're good players. They just need more opportunity.
Now, Kyrie's just been hurt, and I think Casey's actually very high on him. So, because he's been talking about Kyrie Thomas, he even said that Kyrie was basically going to start over Bruce Brown until he got injured. Because I was upset about that.
I doubt it. We know Casey. Oh, he's going to bring the hustle and muscle to the Pistons.
I'm just saying. Kyrie Thomas is better than Bruce Brown. And he always was. Pistons fans don't like that, but he was better than Bruce Brown in college and in the NBA. Bruce is just healthy and he's a dog. I'm not attacking Bruce. I'm just telling y'all the facts. If Nick Nurse is such a better player developer than Casey, why does Siakam's numbers go down? What are you talking about? Siakam's numbers went up. He averaged 22 points a game last year.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. He just got bad in the playoff.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He had too much on his bag in the playoff. He was like the huge leader for the Toronto, and he didn't really perform because he will perform. I'm telling you. Pascal Siakam is a great player. He's going to be better in the next few years.
Only thing you're going from the Roten is mid-range finishing and some playmaking. Don't know if you know, but those are extremely valuable skills. All of the great NBA winners, man, they can shoot that mid-range, man. That's why, some players be struggling and finishing and playmaking is good. Let's see. All right. All right, guys. I said it'd be a shorter show, so make sure you guys drop some of your questions in the chat. It's Free Smoke Saturday. We in this boy. We got Drew off the Drew Wisers joining us. We got the votes that was counted right today. Everything is good over here, man. All right, man. All right, let's go. He's better than Derek Walton, though. I don't think he was better. He's better than Derek Walton. Derek Walton used to sauce that boy. And Derek Walton took his team to the same heights as Cassius Winston. He took his team to a national championship. So, you know what? Let me go look at Derek Walton's stats real quick. So far,
I don't know.
Being a playoff team, the Pistons versus. Well,
I only know one Walton, Luke Walton. That's all I know.
My gosh. But you see the question on the screen. So as far as being a playoff team, the Pistons versus the Knicks, who's better? Is that a rhetorical question, man? Come on, man.
Oh man,
Pistons are gonna make the playoffs before the Knicks.
Actually, the Knicks are really late. They made good moves already. They brought Tom Thibodeau. He's a good coach. I mean, I don't think he's a bad coach at all. He can play defense. The Knicks are gonna be a better defending team. But are they gonna make the playoffs? I don't think so, because there's a lot of better teams better than them. We will find out.
Though. They don't have anybody though. Like they're just gonna be like a bunch of guys thrown out there.
Let me tell you something.
Julius going to play 40 minutes a game, and
let me tell you, the Knicks have talent. Have talent more than other teams that you can imagine.
No, they don't.
Mitch Robinson is one of the best centers in the East. Period. He's really a good defender. He's still 22, and he's an excellent shot blocker.
That's what I'm saying. Mitch Robinson is the only person they got.
I mean, I think I could see RJ Barrett next year breaking out season. He's a good player too. You cannot deny the guy. And I'm
not that high on RJ, and this year didn't make me any more higher on him. But he's young. He can get way better as a player. He could be special, but I'm not seeing it right now. And Kevin Knox, I'm really not seeing.
No, he's not really getting opportunity. Not even Tilakina is just a defender. I think Dennis Smith Jr. might be getting traded. So, but I think they still got like a nice. I think they're good. They're good start already, and they have a lot of cap space. They can bring a lot of those players. They can be like on a team option. They can actually be declined, and they can bring new players. They can even bring Christian Wood actually to the Knicks. If they pay $50 million for Christian Wood, they might as well take him.
Who? the Knicks?
The Knicks, they can really play Christian Wood. Like they could pay a lot of money for any team right now. They have a lot of cap space, and their players under team options. They can decline all these players. That Porter, I forgot their names. Porter, what is this? I forgot their point guard who has the long hair that goes down. I forgot.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Alfred Payton.
Oh, Alfred. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they got these like Reggie Bullock. They got like Wayne Ellington. They can all refuse their players and get like free cap space. They can sign players.
Okay.
But we gotta have to wait and see what they do. We'll see.
Okay. Make sure you guys drop your question in the chat. I know I'm late, but are we getting the ball, boys? Hopefully. I do feel like if we can get LaMelo, we can get all of them. That's just because I know Tom Gores would be like, all right, go get Lonzo and go get Jello. So Cole Anthony, what's the negative aspects of his game currently? Decision making, staying healthy, being a consistent playmaker for his teammates, efficiency. Just simple things that he can all work on it once he gets a better coach and stuff. Bravo.
Same thing, pretty much. Exactly. I think the biggest problem with Cole Anthony is his right knee. I think the right knee or the left knee. He's got like meniscus. That's what worries me the most. But I think he's shown like he's recovered. I've seen him like in training games. He's playing against Kevin Porter Jr. Man, Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah,
oh my goodness,
man. Oh man, I was low key.
I'm so pissed.
Cole. I was low key clowning Cole like yesterday because Kevin Porter Jr. was doing Cole dirty. He was talking, but he's 6'6", bro. Like. You know,
no, but he's like Carmelo. He's training with Carmelo Anthony. He's playing like Carmelo Anthony. I can't even believe we got rid of a player like Kevin Porter Jr. That was a huge fail, epic fail for us.
Okay. Hold on. Drew, would you sign and trade Christian Wood to the Celtics for their 3 picks and still keep our 7th pick?
Hell yeah, I would. I mean, 3 first-round picks for a guy like Christian Wood. I mean, you really can't beat that. That's like the ultimate return for him. It's better than him just walking. And you know what? That's good for Christian Wood too, because what does Boston need? They need a center. He'd fit right in with him. He'd still put up similar numbers. It wouldn't be as good as he put up here, but he would still probably be their best center. He's better than Thias. I don't know who else they have besides that. So, I mean, it's a win-win for both teams there.
Yeah, they got that Robert Williams who actually.
I forgot. But he's more of a power forward, though, ain't he?
Yeah, but he Thias is too. Thias 6'8". Like, so.
Oh, really?
He's
bigger than that.
No, I'm telling you, like, somebody told me Thias was 6'8" or 6'9". So I'm going to go
He's
look.
a good player. I like Thias.
I really don't. He's 6'8". Like, Thias is like trash to me. Like, he don't do nothing.
I think he's good.
He's on a good team, so he looks better, but he's trash.
No, he's not trash. He's like better John Lure.
That's trash.
Aaron Baines is better than Thias.
Yeah. Aaron Baines is a huge. So and this trade that he suggested, Sean Don Sports, it doesn't work. We cannot. The Boston Celtics would not have a cap space to absorb Christian Wood contract, so they have to give us, like you mentioned, Thias and maybe Eric Cantor. They need to match the contract. That's not going to work. So we're going to get a bad contract probably in return, which is fine. I wouldn't mind Enes Kanter and Daniel Theis and 3 picks for Christian Wood. Hey, I might take it.
All right, Drew. Who got the highest ceiling in the draft to you?
I mean, it's either Anthony Edwards or LaMelo. Both those guys, I think, will come in day one and be ready to perform. The thing about Anthony Edwards is, he's got a great build already to him. You don't have to worry about him adding weight. He's already built. It's just about him being consistent. But, that's going to come in time. And for LaMelo, it's about being a better defender and being consistent as well. But both those guys right there can play. But if you're looking at, like, ceiling-wise, if we're talking to NBA championships, Steph Curry was live on Instagram and asked what the Warriors were going to do in the draft. He says they need to add some size. So it looks like they're going to be going towards Wiseman. And if they do that, they're going to be right back in title contention. So Wiseman might have a better career off the rip than both Edwards and LaMelo. So, I mean, it's really kind of coming down to that. But talent-wise, I'm going Edwards and I'm going Melo.
All right. Let's see. Mr. Ray has some comments about the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson, great shot blocker, but he's not a good defender overall. I disagree with that. RJ is the developing, like how most expected him to. No, I think Mitchell Robinson is a good defender, not just a shot blocker. Kevin Knox hasn't progressed. True. DSJ might be out the league. He shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But he might be. But like they ruined Dennis Smith Jr. Like, man, that,
Yeah.
I still believe that man can really play.
He's gonna be traded. He's gonna get traded.
Like I just hope that I don't want him now because we going in a different direction. But like I just hope he goes to the right home because I still think it's a star in him. It's just like the Knicks, man. They just sapped all his energy like Space Jam. Like they just like they just sapped all his energy and like now he look like a scrub. That's what they do. They destroy basketball players. Like Kevin Knox. Man, what happened to whatever he was supposed to be? What's the Pistons' best option for point guard this all season?
Free agent.
Ball,
right? No, he's talking about free agents. He's talking about free agents.
Nobody.
So, what do you think about these players? Let's really came on my mind like a secondary point guard. DJ Augustine. What do you think?
We've already.
Like I said, I don't want no free agent point guards. It's not one I want.
Next, Brad Wanamaker from the Celtics.
I don't want no free agent point guard. They all trash.
Okay, Goran Dragic from the Miami Heat.
I rest my case. He ain't trash. I retract that statement. He not trash. I would definitely take Goran Dragic. I would take Goran Dragic in Arden.
Yeah. Nah, he's gonna take too much money.
I like him. He's gonna take some.
Dragic though.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, but we got Derrick Rose. We don't need him. So, have you heard Grant Reiler? No, I don't know who that is, man.
He is the new Fred VanVleet. He's like a Fred VanVleet kind of player.
No,
and he's short. He can shoot it, and he's really like a beard guy when you see him. But he's he a poor man's Carson Edwards, huh? No, he's not a Carson Edward. He's actually like a Fred VanVleet because Carson Edward actually is their bit comparable. Yeah, you can put him Carson Edward too, but I think Grant Riller is really good mid-range game shot maker. He got a huge things in his arsenal, but he's not a great defender. He's 5'9" or something, 6'0". I'm not sure how tall he is.
5'5" now. He said 6'0".
6 foot.
The Pistons will be a surprise team that gets a 5 to 6 seed. This extended time off has been nothing but good for this team, especially for Blake Griffin. Bravo, I don't know why you shake. Like, I don't know why you refuse to believe in us, bro.
That statement, Pete Mack, don't really look.
No, Bravo,
I'll be honest with you.
Blake Griffin is healthy. D Rose is healthy. Luke about to come back averaging 18 or 20. Sekou about to come back averaging 13, 14, 15, or 16. Yes, I was very specific about that. But boy Speed about to come back balling. Guess what? We might sign Christian Wood. If we don't, we can go get Serge Ibaka. We can go get Dwight Howard. Guess what? We can end up with LaMelo. We can end up with Cole Anthony. We can end up with Killian Hayes. We can end up with Danny Avdija or James Wiseman or Obi Toppin. All I know is this team is going to be ready to compete, and I'm not scared of none of these bottom feeder Orlando Magic looking ass teams, Atlanta Hawk looking ass teams. What y'all going to do when Blake Griffin comes to town because he going to be the best player on the damn court? What is the Pacers going to do? Now they about to fall off the map. I definitely believe Blake Griffin going to play 60 games, yo. And we're going to make the playoffs. Luke Kennard and Sekou Doumbouya and whoever we draft is going to show all y'all Pistons something, and y'all going to put some respect on his name. Bruce Brown going to have another jump, and y'all going to overhype him, and I'm going to love it. Let's go. Free throw Saturday. What? It's like, no, I'm tripping.
Let me make my argument in here. I am considering our team as one of those delete 8 teams. Basically, we get a lot of break time off, and I think it kind of hurt us Definitely. We're not getting enough playing time in the offseason between the players is not good enough. We've been
No.
like off from this game for almost like a 9 months. I don't know how many months. This is not good. Having too much time off is not good. Remember, I'm going to give you an example. Especially when you're going to start the season, we're going to look like suck. We're going to suck totally at the beginning of the season.
No,
But
we're
we're going to
not,
pick up
man.
games at the later.
What is you talking about?
I'm going to say this because imagine us like the Lions right now. The Lions, they started really bad because we didn't have a preseason games. As it was a lot of like imagine starting immediately.
It's you cannot compare that to football.
I,
Football, you
okay,
have to have reps
I'm
because
just
they
giving you
get
a
hit.
random example because of the. Let me just
That's a
finish my
terrible
argument, Jimbo.
example,
Let
man.
me finish my argument. My point is having too much time off. It hurts the players. That's what I'm trying to reach. I'm just throw the Lions as an example. It's not a good example. Let me fix it. But having too much time off is not good. I think us, the Knicks, Atlanta, we're gonna struggle at the start of the season, but we will pick up more improved performance at the middle of the season. So that's why I don't think it's gonna be a great season, in my opinion. I think we can see some flashes at the beginning, but I don't think we're really 100%. We need more reps, more play time, and that's time off hurt us. That's why I think that's how I feel. Time off hurt us.
No, there's no way time off could have hurt the Pistons. we were a team that was not. We were riddled with injuries, and we were trying to find ourselves. You got Sekou Doumbouya getting like 8 months of off-season training. That is invaluable. Same thing with Luke Kennard and these boys. Like Sekou would not be playing with Kevin Durant right now if things were normal. This offseason has been nothing but beneficial. This boy Blake Griffin damn near got 2 years off from a catastrophic injury. Like, I don't care who you are, having 2 years off from an injury like that, this man is gonna come back in great
It's
shape.
good for Blake, right?
And then
it's not good for the rest of the players.
we had the camp. We still had the training camp though, so they were able to still get reps with each other and still get back into basketball shape, just on a smaller scale. And the NBA is literally starting next month. So to me, the time off has been the best thing for the Pistons. What's your thoughts on this, Drew?
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think that we've had more time to practice. The facilities are open back up. We are now allowed to have 10 people active, so we can do some 5-on-5 drills. And now that the NBA season is coming back within next month, towards the end of December here, Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose will probably be participating in these open gym activities now. They have not been. But the young guys the entire time have been working out on their body. They have been in the gym individually. We've seen Sekou over in France practicing. I believe Sekou spent a lot of time in LA practicing with other NBA players as well. So our young guys have had time to work and develop their game. So I'm predicting that all of our young guys are going to be well improved from last season. Luke Kennard, Bruce Brown, Sekou, Jordan Bone, Luke King, Mihailuk, you name them. They're going to come back and they're going to be better next year. I'm not saying that we're going to be a great team, but those guys individually should be better. And that's what we need is talent. Because when Blake's healthy, top 3 player at his position, all NBA, all-star player, he got us to the playoffs almost by himself that year. You're going to have Derrick Rose coming back. Derrick Rose averaged almost 20 points last year. Should have been a 6th man of the year candidate, in my opinion, but Reggie was hurt all last year, so he didn't really come off the bench that much. All these guys are going to come back. They're going to be healthy. I think, if anything, we get off to a really fast start because we've had an extended offseason. We have more time to improve, to practice, to get in shape. So, if anything, I think we start the season off red hot.
Yeah, and these young players, man, these are the guys that is going to be invaluable. Like, we going to see, I feel like a lot of people from last year's rookie class are going to jump like crazy. I'm not saying who, but I think a lot of people from last year, you're going to see them because they've had 8-9 months off. And Sekou, we've seen him put the work in. Now you training with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and DeMar DeRozan. And I'm expecting a big jump from everybody. I think Bruce Brown is going to be way better. I think Speed's going to be way better. I think Luke is going to be way better. I think Kyrie Thomas is finally going to be healthy, and that's going to have a serious impact on the team. I think Jordan Bone is going to be better. I definitely think all of our young players are going to improve. That's why I said this team. That's why I was saying, Bravo. If this team loses Blake, I think we'll be in a way better position. The thing was, we didn't just lose Blake. We lost Blake and we lost Luke, and we didn't have Reggie, and we even lost Drummond for a couple games. So losing Blake and Luke, like you're not gonna be winning. You can't lose your top 2 or your top 3 players because Blake, Luke, and Drummond were the best players on the team. You want to put Derrick Rose up there, cool. But can't lose 2 of your top 3 players and be able to expect it to win games, especially when I feel like this Pistons team is completely different. They're going in a different. They're young, they're gritty, and they do got some talent. You know, we saw Derrick Rose win us games last year when we didn't really have a squad. I'm telling you, Derrick Rose got that heart, man. He is not gonna let us go out like that. You know what if y'all know what I'm saying. So I just think Blake is gonna play 60 games, and that's why we'll make the playoffs.
Okay, this is my point, you guys. I hope everybody has their own point. This is how I look at it, and everyone is they're entitled to their opinion. I'm not a hater. I'm a huge fan of the Detroit Pistons. I went to games probably for the Detroit Pistons last year more than you have in your entire life, dude. Already been multiple games last season. I'm one of the
I saw Bravo
Pistons.
a lot. I saw Bravo a lot.
So
man.
you can't say
Bravo,
that I'm a hater. I'm a huge fan.
There,
but I'll look at it this way. If you really don't drive your car for about a year, let's not put it that way. If you don't study your exam for about a year, what are you gonna do when you take the board on the first beginning of next year? You're not gonna pass the board with great marks. You're gonna be okay, mediocre. It's like the same thing. The level of competition in the NBA, we missed that level of competition. Yes, we are training. We are playing in the offseason. We are really healthy. That's good. But we're not going to be we missed that part of competition. Last year, we missed a lot of it. That's going to hurt us.
Okay, so apparently this Grant Rather dude is 6'3". So yeah, that's not Fred VanVleet. Well, I still like the VanVleet comparison though. He's just a little bit taller. Right now, who would I rather have on my team, De'Aaron Fox or Jamal Murray? Now, everyone knows that I don't like Jamal Murray, but I'm taking Jamal Murray because he just proved himself in the playoffs. Yeah. It's invaluable. I like De'Aaron Fox, but Jamal Murray just proved himself in the playoffs. That's just a little bit higher. Ortoru, I don't know who that Daniel Ortoru in the later rounds. All right, guys, make sure you guys drop your questions in the chat. We got 37 people in here and 30 likes. Let's get 40 likes in the building, y'all. All right, let's see. We got some more questions. Wait, so who would you take, Drew? Jamal Murray or De'Aaron Fox?
It's tough. They're close. I like both players. I really do. It's tough for me, but I probably go De'Aaron Fox for just being – he's a good playmaker. He's one of the fastest players in the league, and I want to see us pushing in transition. So I'm probably going De'Aaron Fox.
Has Blake played with D Rose with the Pistons? I don't know if they played on the same court together, but they played in the same game. Yeah. So, Svi is that one. I think all of our young players are going to excel. All right. So one more thing that I did want to talk about is what this draft. Do you want the Pistons to have? Because we don't have any second round picks. So, do you want the Pistons to give up some players to get these picks? Because I don't really see how else we're going to get them, because I don't think we're going to trade down, because I think whoever we want is going to be there at 7. Bravo.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we give up players I'm not going to give up major players. No, look, we have plenty of cap space this year. We can absorb picks with cash, basically, second round picks. We can absorb picks with cap space. So we have the capacity. We're like a good cap managing space team. We have a lot of space from Andre Drummond, so we can get second round pick easy. I don't think it's a hard thing. I don't think you need to give up players just for a pick, because we have a space. Which players would you give up? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it might be the time to move on from
Galloway.
Galloway,
yeah.
Galloway is going to be a free agent. We might not bring him back anymore. So we might
trade. Sign and trade.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that answers your question. We definitely need I would definitely need to take an early second round pick if possible, because that's the one you want to give up a player with, because there's a center in the second round pick we can draft, like Vernon Carey Jr. And I think we can pick Daniel Oturu. Oturu is really a good, monster second round pick. Azubuike, that's the other player we can really shot blocker, is Mbuke. I think he's a good player too. So we can pick up a center in the second round, and maybe Grant Riller. I think Grant Riller can be like a second round pick too, which is good.
Micah's game takeover says Fee would be averaging 15 points a game. If he doing that, we definitely making the playoffs. Because Luke is at worst averaging 17. So if Fee giving you 15, Luke giving you 17, teams is in trouble. And that'd be off the bench. That'd be off the bench too. That'd be very impressive.
There's a good comment from Don19. Read it.
Well, so let me ask Bravo, will the Warriors be rusty?
So that's
you'll be rusty.
Yeah, of course they're gonna be rusty. I don't think they're gonna be like so. Everyone, look at it this way: if you really quit your job for about a year, then come back to it. That's a huge difference. They're not gonna be 100%. You're gonna be rusty for the beginning of the season. That's what I think. But the Warriors are a better organization than us. They've been training. They know how to keep the priority for their players. They're really like excellent, endurance team. So I think they're going to pick up quickly their performance.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay, so Drew, do you want us to get multiple picks, and how would you go about us getting those picks?
Like Bravo said, Troy Weaver said that they were open to giving up some cash for some late round second picks, but then you got people like Tony Snell on the roster where you can dump a bad salary in exchange for a pick for a team that's going to be looking at next year. I also heard that we are willing to take on some bad contracts for some extra picks. So there's several ways we can go. I do think that if we go in the second round, I do think we are going to be looking at a couple positions in center and small forward to try to fill up some of those depth positions there. So it's interesting. And I think that Troy Weaver is really evaluating this team top to bottom, and he's really open to doing anything. So everything and anything is on the table for the Pistons right now in terms of trades.
And people are talking about trading Derrick Rose for pick. Look, I'm not trading Derrick Rose unless he asks for a trade. Where I'm going to respond to this comment. He said, I'm too egotistical to ask what numbers. Siakam field goal percentage went down 9 percentage points, and his usage rate took a jump. Will be well, Gratiot, if you know basketball, with most players, once you become an all-star and you go from taking 11 shots a game to 18 shots a game, your field goal percentage is going to dip. Also, he averaged 22 points a game. So he was much better this year than he was last year, even if his efficiency got worse. You saw that players guarded him differently and gave him more respect. So it wasn't as easier to get into the lane. And also, you're forgetting that he played with Kawhi fucking Leonard. So it's much easier to score and have a better field goal percentage when you have a superstar on your team. But player, you just too egotistical to realize that, and you don't look at it. I don't know why you love Dwayne Casey trying to hate on Nick Nurse like he didn't develop Pascal Siakam. What are you talking about, bro? When you have Kawhi Leonard on your team and you just a role player, yeah, you can have great efficiency. But when Kawhi Leonard leaves and you're now the guy, it's going to be much harder. And the man still averaged 22 points a game.
Yeah.
So let's stop it, bro. Come on, man. Let's stop the idiocy here.
He's a superstar in the East. He's a top 5 player in the East. Like, who's the best top 5 All-Star starters from last year? Siakam was the starter on the East. So he's like a basically superstar. I don't know if he's a superstar, but he is in the category of the top 20.
He's not a superstar, but he's definitely an all-star.
Yeah, he is like
top
an all-star.
Top 20 player.
Yeah,
top 20
exactly,
player.
top 20. Top 20, that's close to. If he becomes better, what are you talking about? We're talking superstar, and if he becomes even better.
Yeah, Siakam was much better this year than he was last year.
Yeah.
And he like I said, he was playing with Kawhi Leonard. Of course, I'm pretty sure everybody field goal percentage look better playing with Kawhi Leonard. Now he's facing double team.
Except for Paul George.
Bang, free smoke Saturday. Let's go. Hey, man, we got 39 people in the chat. Make sure you guys like the video. Got my man Speak Easy Sports in the building. What's good, Speak Easy, man? If you want to hop on with us, you always can. So it's all good. Just let me know. We got not necessarily from a style standpoint, but from a production standpoint, what do you see as the ceiling for Sekou? I see. Okay, it's hard to tell because I don't know his ceiling as a scorer. Yeah, I don't know if he can be a 30-point per game scorer, or is he a 25 per game scorer, or is he a 22? But I'm going to say 24, 8, and 6. No, yeah, 24, 8, and 6. That's what I'm going to say. What do you think about this, Bravo? I think he's specifically talking about numbers.
So Sekou is still 19. When he turns 23, I'll answer the questions probably better. It's really hard.
All right, Drew. What do you think, man?
Is he just talking about this year, or is he talking about for his career?
He said as the ceiling, so I'm guessing his career. Like if his best season, I said 24 because I was just being on the low end. Like I said, I don't know his potential as a scorer yet.
Yeah, that's really it. He's got all the tools in his arsenal to be a number one option for the Pistons in the next 5 years or so. So if he ever gets to that standpoint, he could be one of those guys who averages 26 to 30 points a game as a ceiling. Don't know if he'll get there because I don't know if he's aggressive enough to take that many shots and be that leader yet. But I think that could be his ceiling that he could reach eventually.
Or we have to see, like I said, there's different levels of score. So we have to see. Been around since the Till days. I just don't like to doubt in the talent we already have. That's all I'm saying. But look, hey, I believe in our young talent. I've already said I think the Pistons got one of the best young cores in the entire league. I've said that plenty of times. Because, they call me a Luke Kennard fan. All I know is when a man can shoot and he can pass the ball, that's rare. AKA Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero don't got Luke vision. Let's be honest, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George was some trash during the Nuggets series, but I would take Paul George. Hey, I've said the same thing. I said, y'all know, don't nobody go in on Paul George Paul more than me, but I might still take him on our squad. Just because it's the East, man. Make sure you guys drop any more questions. We'll wrap up the show soon. The show actually got a little bit longer than I thought it would be, but make sure you guys like the video. Let me see. Look at some questions.
Yeah.
Did I see Aldridge to Golden State? And Mr. Ray said, what Aldridge going to do on Golden State? Hey, y'all don't realize, man, Golden State, Steph Curry, bro, even though I'm not a fan, that man's special. When you put Steph and him and Clay, when you could throw him and Clay on any team, and the whole team is just going to change. So LaMarcus Aldridge is a scrub, look like a scrub, walk like a scrub, do everything like a scrub. He scrubbed like a scrub. But when the moment he go to Golden State, he gonna look like an all-star, bro. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson just allow for so much space. And Draymond Green with that great IQ, they'll pick you apart, man. What do you think about Golden State getting LaMarcus Aldridge, Bravo?
I mean, he's not really a great defender. Why would you? They need they need a guy who is an athletic center who can really dunk, who can he can shoot though. That's the thing that I like. That the thing is about LaMarcus Aldridge, he's a great mid-range in the end lane shooter, but I don't think he fits the Golden State Warriors because they like a 3-point shooting team and they like to just short. I think he's not really a great fit in there. If you ask me, Joel Embiid would be a great fit with the Golden State Warriors.
Of course he would. Like, what do you mean they'll win a championship?
Of course,
Joel Embiid be there. They're gonna be they're gonna be the overwhelming favorites.
Yeah, maybe if you ask me, is it gonna be? What was your question about which player again?
LaMarcus Aldridge.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
LaMarcus Aldridge so trash that he forgot who he was.
On the Golden State Warriors, which one would you rather have, LaMarcus Aldridge or Serge Ibaka?
LaMarcus Aldridge.
I mean, I think Serge Ibaka.
What about you? What about you, Drew?
Because he can shoot the ball from 3, and I feel like he's a better defender.
I mean, right now I probably lean towards Ibaka because he's younger and have more in his life. But don't sleep on Aldridge, man. He's still good. It's just that San Antonio just hasn't been the same since Tim Duncan's left and Kawhi's left. So he's just older. I think that if he goes to Golden State, I think he'll fit perfectly for their offense. They usually have a couple different lineups, and they'll probably go out and sign or draft a center to rim protect and get rebounds. But they like to play small ball. They'll put him at the 5, Draymond at the 4, and so have Steph and Clay out there. And offensively, it'll be a nightmare for teams to try to match up with them.
Yeah, I mean, if you take my thing is, I feel like if the going gets tough with Golden State, you can't give LaMarcus the ball and he can go get you a bucket. Like, I'm not saying he's a bucket getter in a big moment. LaMarcus is consistently choked in the big moments, but you play different in the big moment when you got Steph and Clay. You see what I'm saying? Like, you play way more free when you're not the guy. And we did see Ibaka have some great games in the finals. We saw him show up in the playoffs. but I don't know if he could average like if one night they needed him to give them 22 in order to win. Steph or Clay don't have it. That's just why I said LaMarcus. But Ibaka fits perfectly with them as well. So, like, would Victor Oladipo fit on this team, Drew?
You would have to move some pieces around. He can play point and the two, but he's really a two. So, I mean, that means you either got to move Luke Kennard to the point consistently, which I don't know if Dwayne Casey's set in stone on making him the point guard. J-Mo, I know you like that. But that means you'll have to trade Bruce Brown because Bruce Brown minutes are going to go bye-bye unless, again, you play him at the point guard. But we're already stacked on shooting guards. We got so many shooting guards we're trying to develop right now, like Kyrie Thomas and stuff. We really need to get a point guard. I don't really like Oladipo at the primary point guard, but, I mean, yeah, he would fit. You just have to move some pieces around. But I don't know if he's ever going to get back to that all-star level he was at his first couple years in Indiana.
Yeah, I don't think that he's going to get back to that level, sadly. I still think he might be an all-star.
Yeah.
But if he stays in the East, at least. But that Victor Oladipo, man, he was just – you could see him. You could see him rising. And he just don't have that same athleticism. Like, Derrick Rose lost his athleticism. Blake Griffin lost his athleticism. They're great, So I just don't think he'll be that player. And I just don't think he fits well with us because he's not a super playmaker, and then he's not a super great shooter, and then he's not a super great no, he's not a super great playmaker, and he's not a super great shooter. So it could like ruin the chemistry a little bit. And then you got Derrick Rose. And like you said, you're going to have to move some pieces. I just don't like the fit. Bravo, what's your thoughts?
I like Oladipo. He's a great player. I think he's all-star. He's going to be, if you bring him to the Pistons, he's going to be all-star. But he's 29, I think, or he's turning, how old is he? He's turning 29. He's 28. I think he's turning 29 this year. So that's kind of like, he would fit better on other teams. He would be like on the contender teams. I don't think he is.
He's 28.
He's turning 29 this year, I think. Soon.
And his birthday is in May.
Oh, yes, he's turning 29 early next year. I think he's kind of like, I mean, I like him as a player, don't get me wrong, but I think he fits somewhere else. That's how I feel.
All right, guys, look, we about to wrap up the show. I'm going to answer a few more questions. If you have any more questions, drop them. Pre-Smoke Saturday, we had a fun, entertaining show. And look, these people that I have the debates with in the chat, like I said, just hit me up on Twitter. Y'all can come on the show. We can chop it up mano y mano. Free Smoke Saturday. We here. We here to talk basketball, man. Let's see.
Should we?
Why would they not want Griffin instead? Oh, Blake Griffin. No, I think. See, a lot of people think Golden State would want Blake Griffin, but I'm not completely sold that they. Why wouldn't you want Blake Griffin if he actually healthy? I definitely. I just feel like I don't know how invested Golden State is in that. Let's see if I got some any more questions. Luke and Thon and the 7th pick for De'Aaron Fox. TMG Games. I know you obsessed with De'Aaron Fox like I'm obsessed with Lonzo apparently because you keep trying to free De'Aaron Fox like I've been trying to free Lonzo. Like Lonzo got SVG. Free that man now. But like free my boy. I still think he's gonna be great, but I was just like, wow, SVG. I kind of depressed myself by saying SVG. But no, man, come on, man. We not getting De'Aaron Fox. We drafting our point guard this year, so that's why we not gonna get Alonzo. We're getting our point guard this year. And if we don't, you will see a rant. Let's see if there's any more questions before I wrap it up. Will Detroit trade Rose before his value drops again? I think they need to do it during the draft. I don't think Derrick Rose's value is going to drop. He's going to be Derrick Rose. What's your thoughts on that, Drew?
If we trade Derrick Rose, it won't be until the deadline. I think that really anything that's going to happen with him or Blake will be at the deadline because it's going to depend on where we're at. If we're fighting for the playoffs, it's where the Pistons want to be. It's where Tom Gores wants to be. Even if it's just an 8 seed or fighting to get into the playoffs, we will not trade them.
So what started your dislike to the Celtics? What do you mean? I came out the womb disliking the Celtics. I'm a Detroit Pistons fan, man. I like. How could you like the Celtics as a Pistons fan? Like that should be one of the teams you don't like. I just really don't like them a little bit more. And when they teamed up in 08 and they just thought they beat Kobe. I was bitter about it. They teamed up to beat LeBron because they were scared. I just didn't like, and then they get all that clout, and then even afterwards, the way Boston treated my boy Kyrie, it's just so much. But when I was growing up, I hated Paul Pierce before they even teamed up. I just hate the Celtics, man. I don't know, man. It's like I said, I came out the womb hating the Celtics. Like I hate the Celtics. Like I fucking hate the Boston Celtics. And they say hate is a strong word, and I fully mean that. I don't like that team. That's just how I am with that. It's one thing I want to talk about before we go, though, because I just remembered it. What do y'all think about the NBA starting on the 22nd and being the shortest amount of time in NBA history and basically giving the middle finger to Bron and everybody that was in the bubble? Like because we know they're doing this because of the TV contracts, and if not, they'll have to cut like half of the salaries of all of these players. And all of the players signed on, and I'm pretty sure all of the lower tier players signed on. That they obviously outnumber the majority, but. Bravo, we're going to start with you. What do you think about the Pistons, not the Pistons, the NBA restarting on the 22nd? It seems, is it right? Is it wrong? What are your thoughts, man?
I'm loving every piece of it because we have not seen the Pistons forever, man. And to see the Pistons back again during Christmas, could you imagine? That would be a sweet, sweet sound in my sweet music in my ear. I'm desperate to see the Pistons back playing. And I think, by the way, if we're starting the season on the 22nd, I heard the NBA talking about December 1st as a preseason games, like those scrub garbage games, like what they call scrub games, garbage games, preseason games. So we could see the Pistons early as December, which is great. I'm absolutely all for it. And I don't think taking a huge time off. I mean, we've been off since March, and I think it's time for us to get back on the court. And that will be actually in our advantage. Do you know why? Because other teams are still tired from last season. And I think we'll be in our advantage. We'll be fresh. So I think it's a good thing in our favor. Is it good for the NBA seasons for the players? I'm not sure. It might be not good because they're going to be tired, but it's absolutely great for our team.
Didn't you just say we're going to get off to a slow start?
What is it?
Didn't you just say we were going to get off to a slow start?
Yes, because I know. So here's what I think. I think we're going to be on a slow start. We're going to be rusty. We're not going to be as good. But having the season earlier will help us. I think getting back quicker on we saving the season. If we really start like in December rather than January, February, our team can be good as in February or January. If we start us in January, February, we'll not be good until March. Trust me. We're going to be like we need like some good time before we become a competitive team. This whole time off hurt us as a competitive team. That's how I want to say. Go back. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I'm just like, okay, Bravo. If Blake is healthy, do you feel the same way? I just got to get him to say it, man. Like, if because like, I'm not saying Blake is like Jesus or something, but the man. Him just being healthy puts us in the playoffs. Like, he's one of the best players in the East. And our team is better. Like, I think Derrick Rose is low-key better. The best teammate Blake didn't have on this team. Him and Luke, like, better than Drummond and Reggie. Like, low-key Derrick Rose is the best teammate Blake didn't have yet. And that's what I'm asking. Like, if Blake is healthy, do you still feel that same way? I know you don't believe he's going to be healthy. I'm just asking.
I think Blake will be good, but is he 100%? I doubt it. That knee got a couple of surgeries in a year. Imagine, dude, you cannot just do a lot of this. I'm a physician. I'm telling you, I work in a hospital. You cannot go back to 100% on that knee right away. You need to take load management. You need to take your time off. You could be 100%, but not with like extended minutes. You need to protect the player. You can't just ask him to go and dunk. He'll be like the new D Rose. He cannot just go ahead and jump and dunk right away. So we would see Blake shooting the ball more. He will be more protective for Blake. And that's why we're not going to see him 100%, but he's going to be good. I think it's a good time off in his favor. But I'm worried about like our players, young guys, competitive level. They have not been exposed to a high competition in the NBA. We have been good time off, good training, good development, but we don't have a good competition level. those guys
I'm
need
trying to look at the timeline. Like Blake has been out. I mean, he's been out for like
January 1st, beginning of January.
January, but before that, he was really coming back off of another injury, and he was never. So he's been out almost a year. Like, but he's been rehabbing for so long. Like he's ready. I just yeah, Drew. So what's your thoughts about the NBA starting when it's starting?
I love it. You know, the sooner the better for me because I don't care about the Lakers, man. That's not my team. I'm ready for the Pistons, bro. We haven't played since March, so the sooner the season starts, the sooner we can start going to games because I heard they will have a 50% seating capacity, or they're going to work their way up to getting to 50%. I think they're going to start out at 25%, which I think was like 10,000 people or something along those lines. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. It's been so long since we watched the Pistons play live, so I'm excited for it. I cannot get here fast enough.
I completely disagree, dog. This is terrible. 71 days. You know, the bubble was the most stressful experience. Some people calling it the toughest championship. Paul George literally losing his mind, got to get therapy. People talking about this literally was like a prison because technically it kind of was a prison. A very stressful, grueling experience. And they like, yeah, y'all gonna get a couple months and be good. The NBA all season is usually 4.5 months. These guys are gonna get like about 2.5 months. It's ridiculous. They should be ashamed of themselves. Guess what? LeBron not playing, and they did this for money and ratings. But guess what? A lot of the stars won't play, and it's gonna hurt some money and ratings. But and like to me, I mean, I want to see the Pistons play, but I'm not in a rush. I want everything to be how it should be. The right way. What will be the next Detroit team to win the championship? Man, don't do that to us today. Your thoughts on the PS5? I'm waiting for the slim model. I will get a PS5. I'm probably gonna get the PS5 and the new Xbox though. But I'm gonna wait a little while because I just got a PS4 recently, so I'm gonna wait a few months. I'm still enjoying my PS4 low key. Most people had it already.
Be careful buying the PlayStation. I just seen something that Best Buy had one on display and it overheated already.
Hey, talking about Xbox fans that say anything to downplay Sony. So it's all good. We all know the PlayStation got the better. Well, PlayStation is the better system. We ain't gonna have this conversation right now.
It's not. Look, I got.
It's a better system, bro. You got both of them, but you can't name me no exclusives. What's the exclusives? Name me an exclusive.
Reason to buy a PlayStation. If you don't
name me one exclusive.
Xbox.
The PS4 got better graphics too, but like I said, we not doing this.
Not really.
Yes, really.
Not really.
Yes, really.
Debatable.
It ain't debatable. Just like Xbox, whatever the new Xbox is. When I tell them the PS5 gonna have a better graphics, well, if you look at the specs, the Xbox One has better graphics or whatever. Well, guess what? PS4 got better graphics if you looked at stats. But is Luke Kennard fully healthy? Yes, he is. He's been fully healthy for months. He's been fully healthy for months. All right, guys, we about to wrap this up. I did just want to touch on that because I don't know how long the free agency period is. But I just want to touch on that because I just think what the NBA is doing with that it's kind of some sucker stuff. But at the end of the day, like these other hold on.
Needs to start. So if they're starting in December, like free agency needs to go start.
No, free agency is about to start very soon. I don't know when, but it's about to start very soon.
It takes place after the draft, but the draft's not happening until the end of this month. So
11 days. I think.
11 days.
Yeah, it's already what, the 8th? Is it the 8th?
7th.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 11 days. What, the 28th?
No, the 18th.
The 18th? My math sucks. I'm drunk.
No, you. I'm about to say you're on your Drew Weiser, so you got to pass.
I think NBA,
as an Xbox, look, here it is. As an Xbox owner, PlayStation kills Xbox in every way possible, and I really feel like that. And like to me, we just being fun. It's not no beef or nothing, but I'm being serious. When I was considering buying a new system, I'm like, I'm gonna click the PlayStation, and I was so happy. It's so much things that I can do on here that I just can't do on the other game. But all right, y'all, we switching topics a little bit. Halo, Fable, Destiny, man, they ruined Halo after the first 4 games, man. We used to be playing MLG on Halo, man. But all right, my Pistons fans, shout out to all of you guys. We gonna do some final thoughts. Don't forget, the draft is coming up. You already know we're gonna have a huge show on Detroit Drew's channel. We can't wait to get our hearts broken. It's gonna be exciting, man. It's like, no, I'm gonna put the good energy out there. We can't wait to draft Killian Hayes.
Yeah. Can't wait.
We can't wait. But all right, you guys. Drew, man, what's your final thoughts, man?
Yeah, man, definitely mark your calendars for the draft show, man. That's gonna be fun. We had such a great time doing it last year, man. When we drafted Sekou, we were all hyped up and ready to go. It's gonna be that crazy when we try out for Lamelo or take Killian. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be fun, man. I can't wait. Cannot get here fast enough. If you guys have not liked that video already, please leave JMO a like. It helps his channel grow and it helps spread the word of Above the Rim. If you guys did not know, the more likes you get, the more recommendations it gets on YouTube. So really smash that like button, share the video, tell your friends, tell your mother, tell your brother, tell everybody you know about Above the Rim, and let them know about that free smoke Saturday. That's all I got for you guys. We'll be back on my channel next week, and that's the bottom line because Double D said so.
All right, Bravo. Final thoughts, man.
Good show. It was good coming here on a Saturday. I haven't been there for last week, so I was at work, but it was good come back. I think I just enjoyed my time here with you guys, and hopefully we're looking forward for the next week's show and then the NBA draft show, because that we were going to talk about hopefully our hopes and expectations in our team, and we really hope that we're gonna be screaming in that day, because we will be hoping for a really nice pick, if not even another pick, if not even another draft or a second round pick. Why not? I hope that Troy Weaver surprises us in a good way and we draft good players in our team.
Yeah, all right. No, look, Marvin Tober, we didn't jinx the draft because we got Sekou. Now, after that, we are idiots. Like, what can I say? No KPJ, no Bobo, no Carson Edwards, no. I think Keldon Johnson already got selected, but shout out to everybody in the chat. But look, so I said this was supposed to be a shorter show. I'm busy tonight. It was supposed to be a shorter show, but you guys today showed up. I mean, y'all was so interactive in the chat trying to come at me. Like I said, I slayed down all your arguments with the facts. Y'all want to come on here and debate it? Come, man. It's free smoke. Y'all already know what it is. All I'm saying is believe my boy LaMelo, he going to be special. Believe my boy Anthony Edwards, he going to be special. Believe in my boy James Wiseman, he going to be special. Believe my boy Killian Hayes, he going to be special. But end of the day, I shout out to all of you guys for the interaction, man. Shout out to all of the questions that you guys be dropping. Like Drew said, man, make sure you guys like the video. Shout out to Steven Ibarra, man. Said we had a fantastic show, man. Shout out to all of the people. But like I said, man, you guys can always come on here. We can have some fun, interesting conversations, man. But at the end of the day, this is about the NBA, all NBA talk. It is about the Pistons, man. This is Above the Rim. And I must say, as always, no Luke Kennard slander will be tolerated. No Lonzo Ball slander will be tolerated. No Sekou Doumbouya slander will be tolerated. No Russell Westbrook slander will be tolerated. And guess what? I'm adding a new one. No Svi Mikhailuk slander will be tolerated.
Who was killing on speed?
Hey, man, it is what it is. Everybody always got something to say. But that's how we going to end the show. Shout out to everybody. Make sure you guys like the video. I hope you guys have a great night, man.